Streaming,
Gotcha.
recording.
All the way live.
Ah, I forgot my glasses. Come on. There we go. Now we're
Yeah.
good.
We'll do it live.
It's time.
Down.
All right, we're live. We're just waiting for people to come on in. Hopefully YouTube gets that notification bell going, which they got a bell, they got a notification system, they got everything, and none of it works.
People still aren't notified.
They still don't know we're live until like an hour into the show. Wow,
That's a
you guys are live?
notification.
Yeah, it's very the show is going to be very interesting because if any of you guys joined our pre-show the other day because we had to break the news, you know exactly what this is going to be filled with, and even more stuff came out. So there's more.
Oh yeah.
There's more stuff peppered kind of around the biggest topic as well tonight. But you know,
Oh yeah.
this is a lot of I told you so, and but also like things that we shouldn't be seeing because, you know, if you've been living under a rock and haven't seen the Xbox news, then, you know, I don't know where you've been. But yeah, a lot of stuff. And it was just so funny. I just want to recap real quick. Like we went live with that other stream and just like the way everything just kind of broke from under us, like when we were just going through everything and more stuff was coming out like as we were live. That was just hilarious. We thought we were going to talk about one thing and everyone was the internet, pretty much the internet broke the next day. That night into the next day.
A lot of crazy takes the next day. A lot of people exposed themselves again.
Yep.
Blaming the wrong people. And then when it was time to apologize, nobody apologized.
No.
Very weird how that works. We have, obviously, Fred's in the chat. He's right here. Slendy. The Alchemist is here. Thunder's Productions is here. Brandon P. is here. Abo is here. The Abalonian. Dolby Abos.
Now added in PlayStation.
It's a PlayStation exclusive.
All right. We went live the other night at like 2 a.m. Anthony broke the news. He said brand new Xbox, Project Brooklyn. And I was like, we got to go live.
Yeah, because I finished Separate Ways, which also, again, took forever. But it took like 2 hours over than what I thought it would be, right? Or an hour and some change. And yeah, I get off and I'm like, all right. And it's, you know, a little bit later, of course. This stuff always breaks late at night. And yeah, the tweet went out and the documents that we now know came from a government site, not the FTC. This is how these documents got leaked. So they were all official and the internet got their hands on it immediately. So that's basically how this all started to spread. And yeah, we kind of got more information as it went, you know, like literally as we went live, it just kept coming out.
Liquor Sandwiches in the chat. What's going on?
What's up?
What up, Liquor Sandwich?
So, yeah, I mean, Stevie Mac is here. Phil Spencer. Things have changed. We're going to talk about all that.
Well, did you want to start with just like the new models? The mid-gen refresh? Did you want to start there?
Yeah, sure. ACR, what's up?
Because that was the first thing that was tweeted. And then as we were talking, Wario was tweeting out more. So we'll kind of tackle this maybe in the order.
Well, listen. You know who was responsible for the leak? Microsoft uploaded it to the FTC site.
So what was that thing talking about?
They literally, because they did upload it to the government site, but they uploaded it in a way that it was public.
Oh, no.
And you could just click the download button and get all the info. The whole packet was downloadable.
Jesus.
So they found out, and all of the crazy Xbox guys were like, the FTC leaked it. They're mad they lost. No, Microsoft. No. Someone at Microsoft, a clerical error. And we'll talk about a clerical error later because that's in the news too.
Well, fired.
Oh, he's that guy, whoever that guy or girl was, they're out of here.
Oh,
that is so silly. Because this is like their
that person woke up and didn't have a job.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing that they showed from these leaks was it was pretty much a whole layout plan of the mid-gen refresh, which they said, oh, we're not going to do. But of course, we knew as consumers, as gamers, that we know how these companies work. PlayStation's going to do the same thing. Microsoft's also going to do the same thing. So the first thing we see is our friend, the Cylinder.
The king is here.
AKA Brooklyn.
King's in the building. Go ahead.
No, the Brooklyn model, what's up, King, is the first model that we see. And people are calling it the air humidifier, whatever you want to call it.
The
it's basically
Verizon router.
The Verizon router. It's a digital Series X. And obviously it's digital only. There's no disk drive, so they're able to kind of, keep it with that cylinder shape. And you got the faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, and the new controller that also comes with this mid-gen refresh. The Sybil.
They said it might be Sybil or Sybil, like David Sybil from the Chipmunks.
Sybil or Sybil, yeah.
The Chipmunks are back.
Well, these names are also hilarious. We were cracking up about the names, by the way.
Sybil, whatever the name was. King.
Yeah.
Grab a beer and park your recliner and just have a good time, brother.
Yeah,
we're recliners together.
This is going to be a pretty packed show.
Don't worry about people on the internet. That's why you're here. You're here to hang out and have fun. So let's have fun, King.
But I love...
Someone get the king of beer. Go ahead.
Yeah. What the hell for this show? I love the... where it says giving our fans more to love, right? And so
more to
they
love.
say, this is from I'm reading this from the charts too, so I'm just kind of going down so we can kind of discuss it as
more
the points are here. Beautiful and improved new design, more internal storage. So there is 2 terabytes that comes with this one. USB-C front port charge, all new immersive controller, which is a gyro controller that you can recharge.
Yes.
And so this is a pretty big step for them. Obviously, they're copying other shit that already went down, but I digress. Same great price for $499.
Oh yeah, that's great. 5 years after it came out.
More to love. Yeah, giving you more to love.
More to love.
Wi-Fi 6E. You have Bluetooth 5.2.
That's usually what fat people say. Oh, I'm more to love. That's just like that marketing, man.
It's so weird.
Isn't it less to love? I mean, it's a cylinder now. It's very small. It looks like it's smaller than the current one.
It does.
It's like a pepper shaker.
Yeah, it just says about reduced power. There's low power standby mode, 20% increased use of PCR and housing. It's like all 100% recyclable packaging, all that shit. What do you guys think of them still charging $499 for this?
For that small little fucking thing?
I think that's kind of a mistake.
No, yeah.
For a mid-gen refresh that you also said that wasn't coming as a company, Microsoft. I know they lie all the time. So does Sony, so does Nintendo. They all lie in their own way. But man, I'm gonna probably just stick with my Series X because I still like having the option for the disk drive. However, and we'll talk about Elliewood because that's the next up. But before we get to that, I just want to say that I don't really have an interest in this design. I mean, it's cool, but I would probably have, like I was telling Perry, if anything, I would trade my Series S for whatever the Elliewood would be. Just because I like to get something a little more powerful and still also have the option of a digital console that I can have for my second console. So that's probably where I'm going with this. Perry, I know you'll get it because, we get it. You get everything. We get everything as well. This is kind of what we do. But I probably will try to see about just getting the Elliewood and then. But you can get rid of some consoles. That's the thing. You can get rid of a couple Series X's for this.
Well, I mean, they might be worth more money coming up.
That's
true.
True.
Have the disc drive and you can't buy that, so
I pay for it and itself and more. So
I think my plan of action is to get one of each. I have the whole house filled with Series X's. Okay, I'm not redoing that. Okay, it's got Wi-Fi 6 or 7 or not Wi-Fi 7, 6 something, 6E or whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
Bluetooth, whatever. Dude, I'm good. Okay, I'm wired, so I'm not even rocking a Wi-Fi 6 router. So I'm okay.
And you did that because you were just done with the last gen. You just wanted to upgrade, put them where you wanted to be, and done, and like you were done. That was the mindset. We didn't think that these things were also like from the start in 2020. We didn't think, oh, they're gonna pull what they just did with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox, One X and everything. It's like there has to be, this kind of BS that they always kind of spin. But yeah, I don't know, guys. For people that haven't jumped the gun, if they are on PlayStation at this point and they see this and they're like, you know what, maybe it's a time for me to actually jump into Xbox, you're good. You get the last laugh because you get to get the latest stuff.
Right.
Where we already spent money and are invested in the ecosystem because we're fans of their products and stuff. But yeah, it's just called Brooklyn. That's the code name. And that's
can't
what
be
everyone's
horizontal, can it? Yeah, I'm sure you can make it horizontal.
Yeah, I'm sure there's,
It'll come with it'll come with the dreaded stand.
That's what I like about the Series X. It's just like it's a box and I could just place it down without a stand.
Upright.
I literally have two of them stacked up right here next to each other.
Yep.
The fucking PS5 stand pisses me off sometimes. I fucking hate that fucking thing.
Oh, I don't even think it pisses me off sometimes.
That's a paddle to spank your girlfriend's ass with it. Don't you know that? Or she could spank your ass with it at this point. I don't know what the hell people are doing anymore.
She's upstairs right now. I'll ask her, like, hey, babe, you spanked my ass at this point. We got a fucking bed.
The funniest thing that Perry did was like he was spanking the
I was just
stand
Fred. I was just going, oh, just making the noise.
That was hilarious. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Like,
it's got like literally my PlayStation is a great freaking desk because there's a ton of stuff on top of it.
Yeah, it's like the boat,
It's like a
but
mountain.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying, like, we knew that this was gonna come from both of these companies here. So as far as like the PS5 Slim, we already know what it looks like, but they haven't put out what the official.
We don't even know what the PS5 Pro is going to be.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be discless at this point.
Right. That's what I was going to say. If we're seeing these models, and we talked about this too, about how Sony is probably looking at this and taking notes because, Jim Ryan was probably just like, what?
I guarantee you the 6 doesn't have a disk drive.
Right.
I guarantee.
Yeah, no, when they see stuff like this,
it's like, oh, Phil Spencer's doing this. I gotta do this as well.
Here's the thing. Like, look at the PS4 and Xbox One. There were features that they both had that were like identical. And there were new features. It's like, how did they know that each console was going to do the same type of features? Then PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, the same thing. There's little features that it's like, how did they think of this at the same exact time? And they both didn't know that they were both. They know what the other one's doing. Someone's telling somebody something in both places. So I guarantee you, Microsoft heard something and they're like, you know what, we're taking the drive out. Because the Slim PlayStation 5 is supposed to have the option for the disk drive. So.
Right.
Xbox just said, fuck it, we're just getting rid of it.
Well, I think Xbox was saying that for a while because they got the Series S. They purposely put that out there to get people to build the digital library.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when this is announced, people will be like, I'll upgrade. And it doesn't affect me because I'm coming from a Series S. That's what I think they were going for. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have the Elliewood. So this is the other codename model, and this is going to be the updated Series S.
Yes.
So this is going to be 10 gigabytes of RAM compared to the Brooklyn, which is 16 gigs. It'll have 512 starting, just like the Series S. Series S is a little bit less. All digital, of course.
Edith is being discontinued.
Edith is it's getting discontinued, and basically at the end of which Black Friday, it's going to be.
I think it's this Black Friday.
This one,
because they're launching these. Elliewood is launching in the end of August next year, so September.
Yeah,
I would say.
So it's going to go down to $199.
Edith's end of life is this Black Friday for $199.
It's going to sell. I'll tell you that
the
much
old lady.
for that price.
Maybe they renamed it the old lady because it's old. It's getting out of style.
It's just getting out of style, man. So
just for you people that don't know, Edith apparently is the name for the Series S that's out right now. The 512 model. Edith.
Really?
Edith.
They named it after an old lady. Can you believe that?
And what is the
Edith? Now every time I look at this thing, I think it's Edith now.
Yeah, I know. It's just so silly. We were cracking up at these names when we were live. We were just like, what are we
Hollywood,
saying?
Elliewood, Hollywood, Brooklyn, whatever the fuck it's called.
Because you can imagine us you can imagine us live and we're just like looking at these like, pictures being tweeted as we're talking, and we're just like, what are these names? Like, what is happening? We're just like, what is going on?
Phil Spencer was high and drunk off his ass when he was probably these fucking things at the same time. Cross-faded on his fucking recliner.
Because
just
he could say these changes were made anyway because it's been a few years, but man.
Let's name our next system Redfall.
Redfall? They're in big trouble when they name it that.
Oh fuck yeah.
The Elliewood and the Brooklyn both come with the Sybil controller. And obviously, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2.
Which is going to go on sale in May of next year?
Yes. And a lot of people were also wondering what the Uther is. And that's Xbox Design Lab. So we're guessing that that's going to basically be the Brooklyn, but you're going to be able to customize it because the same exact specs are there for the XDL. Same thing on this chart here with the Sybil controller. They have one called the Igrain, and that is a XDL, Xbox Design Labs option as well. So that's going to be the gyro controller being customizable. So that's also an option. So you basically have the Elliewood, the Brooklyn, and the Uther consoles. Uther and Brooklyn being the same, only difference is you can customize it, and the Elliewood is the new Series S. Brooklyn and Uther being the new Series
my wife
X.
wants a hot pink Xbox, so I guess she'll be able to do that.
I think that's cool. I just think that, like, it's very interesting because, I think having that option, because they always had a cool option to customize controllers and stuff, that is a really cool selling point. I just think they'll probably just have, it's under a different SKU, so I guess it's just like they have separate ones that they're just doing. That'll be interesting to see how those designs look if they show them off. Obviously, if they, I'm sure when they talk about this at a streaming thing, they'll have examples of
like an E3 maybe or some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's either E3 or it's just their own event because they know that this already happened. So like, you know what? Let's just have our own event and we'll show everything. Now, I wanted to get into it. Now, how do you guys feel about the Elliewood, real quick? I mean, we don't see it. But what do you think about it? You think for $299 at launch, you think that's?
I think that should have been $249, and the other console should have been like $449 or something, or even lower, like $399. But they're not going to do that for a new machine,
right? No, fuck no. Fucking expensive nowadays.
So Elliewood's supposed to run better than the Series S, right? At least the first Series S. So it's like, would it even be worth for me to switch to the Elliewood if it's
What's the difference? You said the RAM is different?
Well, I don't know the RAM in the... I should probably look this up. What's the RAM in the
Didn't you say something was 16 gigs and one was 10 gigs?
10 gigs for the Elliewood, 16 for the Brooklyn Series X.
Okay. Isn't that the same what it is now anyway?
I'm looking it up now.
You're basically just rebuying your console. It's just going to have USB-C on it and better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because then I'm not going to do that.
The Alchemist with a $5 super chat. Is it true there's no real power difference in these new consoles from the Series X and S? The only big difference is being cloud and digital only. Okay.
You're right, Perry. The RAM is the same.
Right. So Alchemist, that's two different things. We're talking about like a refresh now. We'll get to the new Xbox after we're done talking about this.
Oh yeah, there's plenty more on just Xbox to show. I mean, as we were going down the list, all this stuff was coming out, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, Anthony, I think it's just the same exact thing that you have.
It is. Yeah.
If anything, if I were you, get rid of that and replace it with the new Series X, you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting the power that you want digitally and portably, technically,
That's
right?
true. That's
you
true.
don't have to bulk around the damn box.
That's true, especially if I can get something off of it.
This way, you're getting something better, but digital and portable.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be so tiny. That freaking thing. It's like fucking holy shit.
The next little slide they have is the launch timeline, and this is for
about the rabbits. The king.
The announcement is going to be, it's saying between the
they've recreated the ending of Mice of Men from when they killed Edith, says Stevie Mac. Corporate espionage is next level, says ACR. Edith has been put down in the backyard, says Stevie Mac.
Jesus.
You know these companies spy on each other. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they got a guy that.
So are they saying on this chart that it's going to be announced in the summer of 24? It's kind of like a weird chart.
Well, it would be like E3 time. They would make the announcement for the new hardware. Because if you're launching the Elliewood in September, the summer would make sense to announce it. And then Brooklyn is coming out in October, November-ish, right? That would make sense. That's what they're saying. Richard's here. What's going on, Richard?
Hi, Richard.
Give Elliewood its own moment earlier in the holiday time frame, it says, to maximize sales. Last chance for Edith, 5/12/199 Black Friday offer before end of life.
Is anybody really going to care that it has better Wi-Fi?
And then it says Brooklyn arrives just in time for gifting season, but separate from Elliewood. So they're trying to like space it out. The 60-day separation between launches, like you just said. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the chart says, and then it just kind of shows a timeline of their, you know, the fiscal years of 24 and 25. So
it's going to be kind of confusing, I guess, right?
It's going to be a little confusing, and I also know it's confusing because all this info hit at once on top of the 2028 Xbox, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. But, I mean, their mid-gen refresh, I mean, it's cool that we, you know, at least got an early look at this stuff, but hopefully we could see how they present it when they're ready to announce it, like, officially. But obviously we knew that this is going to break the internet, and it pretty much did, and everyone went crazy. So, yeah, and they, you know, they had a big, you know, leak for games too. But if you guys still wanted to talk a little bit more about these mid-gen consoles,
why don't we get the hardware out of the way, then we'll talk about the games.
Okay. Yeah, so
Lucius,
yeah,
what's up?
I guess I'll probably do something like that if I were to get rid of the S and get something a little more powerful. That's something to consider, you know.
I just bought the freaking 1 terabyte S. Now it's like worthless.
Yeah, anybody that bought that, yeah, that's.
I just unboxed it and put it back in the box. I didn't even use it.
They just made it like, they just made people waste money basically on that.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Yeah, well, they can waste a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, as we're going on, man, Sony's got their playbook now.
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff is going out, and yeah, Jim Ryan's taking the notes, drinking the tea and Crimpets, Harry Crimpets, and
his Harry Crumpets. Yep.
Crumpets. That's the thing. It's like I feel like a lot of these companies, when they have something like this happen, like, you know, what does make the competition, you know, important is, you know, having all these other companies trying to, you know, see what the next move is and seeing what's going to be on, you know, the radar for this mid-gen, and Sony's gearing up for theirs too. So I wonder who comes out first with this announcement. Is it going to be Sony showing off something on a state of play sometime, or is it just going to be Microsoft saying, all right, let's set the record straight. You know, this is what it is now.
Well, that Slim is supposed to be announced by the end of the year. It was supposed to be announced by the end of this month, but I don't think that's happening.
But what are they going to do? Have another state of play like in November? That's the only thing I can think of, or December, if they have something like right around then. But
probably have a state of play for the holidays.
Yeah, But then everyone knows, like, I mean, you got to have a price drop on the PS5 then, I
They
guess,
already
right?
did.
Like,
Did you not? The whole end of the summer, they had the PS5 for like $420 at Target, everywhere. Everyone was getting rid of them. That's why we knew that Slim was coming. But then at this state of play that just happened, they showed new plates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you're showing new plates
and controllers,
then that Slim isn't really coming because those plates don't work with the Slim.
You just made everybody buy a Spider-Man console too.
Yeah, I think that's why they're probably going to wait another month or so.
Yeah.
Or at least till the end of the year to announce that Slim.
Yeah, we have that's another thing too we have to cover tonight is State of Play, because we did stream that together, and yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
You know what happens now? Sony goes all digital. People go, it's Microsoft's fault. Like, no, they were both talking about doing this for a while.
Yeah, if they're doing something like selling the disc drive separate, putting that separately, like they already kind of know what they're doing. They're already strategizing.
You know what? The funniest argument that I hear, and I heard it today on a few podcasts. People say, why would stores want to sell the console if they can't sell the software to support it? Guys, they sell Roku sticks. They sell Fire sticks. They still have a little DVD section in the corner. But it's the same thing with movies and music. They still sell Spotify cards. They sell all the cards for the digital games at Best Buy. You go to Best Buy, like we went, the three of us went like a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
All the physical games, it's like a graveyard. They have like no games. You go to Target over here, they have nothing. They have like one copy of each game over there. Maybe two if you're lucky.
Even GameStop too. GameStop, they suck anyway, but I mean GameStop
never has anything if you don't pre-order it because they got to order it with your pre-order.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of people are like making excuses like, oh, why would stores sell it? Because stores are going to carry the hardware that the companies send them. They're going to make money off the cards. They barely make money off the physical games anywhere.
Right.
And you know how we know that? Because we used to work there, me and Anthony.
Yeah.
So, this is just the way that it's going. It's not like it's not like I like it, but it is what it is, and I'm all right. Like, I accept it. If they're all going digital, I'm still gonna play games.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm like a very classic vintage guy, but. I mean, like, I like, like, have the cartridge and put the cartridge in. I love that feeling. But if shit's going digital, what the fuck am I going to do?
Well, look at Mortal Kombat 1 right here. I mean, I'm playing the Steam version on here, but I played the Switch version. Guess what? On the cartridge. The full game's not even on the cartridge. 6 gigabytes of the game is on the cart. The rest of the game is a day one update, 38 gigabytes. So when Nintendo shuts the Switch servers down, for downloading updates and stuff, you'll have that cartridge. You won't even be able to play it. You need that day one update.
Might as well stick it up your ass
to play the cartridge that you bought. Not even to play the DLC, just to play the stupid cartridge that you bought.
And it still runs like shit too on the Switch.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later. That is not good.
Yeah, that's not supposed to. It's just not supposed to have those games on it.
Richard makes a point. It's Microsoft's fault. Meanwhile, PSP Go in 2009, people forgot about the PSP Go.
I never knew about the PSP Go. Never knew about that.
There were other things that leaked out too shortly after you guys called it last night. Yeah, what was that? Because I really didn't hear anything else.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that came out was Phil Spencer himself the next day. We'll talk about that when we get to the bottom. We'll go in order with how things kind of were released.
He was playing Starfield while the internet was blowing up. Everyone's like, motherfuckers playing Starfield while we're all arguing about this. Some guy on Twitter posted a screenshot of him playing Starfield. While the internet's just going chaotic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I think...
He woke up and just turned on Starfield instead of his phone.
Well, I think he was waiting for clearance from the lawyers to put a statement out.
Legal shit.
He can't just go on the internet and write a statement. Like, they got to go through all that. Like, the company's got to... say, okay, you could say this or you can't say that. Like, it's a process. You can't just wake up, see what happened, and write, motherfucking son of a bitch.
It's like, who the fuck was that guy that fucking leaked, motherfucker? At fucking Jim Bob fucking what the fuck is
all right, you gotta tone down the cursing here.
Sorry.
You can curse when it's needed, but not all the time. It's a YouTube thing. It's not me. I don't care what you say, but it's YouTube. Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch is a technical marvel, says Richard. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is technical, not loading those textures. All right, go ahead.
Oh,
I know. I was gonna say, like, for I know we'll probably talk about MK1, but like, do you like it as an MK fan? Like, how does it hold up with 11? Or sorry, yeah, 11.
Well, it plays like the last 3 games, so that's good. I did not play the campaign yet. I still didn't play the campaign of 11. Those are the only 2 games I had beaten the whole friggin' franchise. But
yep.
I'll stream it and I'll let you know what I think of the campaign. The gameplay is all right. It plays like the other ones. It's fine. There's a rumor Ghostface is going to be
I saw that. You sent me that. Yeah.
A cameo.
Is it like who else? I think isn't Conan going to be there or something too?
Conan.
Did I see that?
The Barbarian?
Yeah, like
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's score. I thought I saw a picture of him on there or something like that. It might have been a mod. Who knows?
Hey, you never know.
It'd be pretty funny.
Conan cuts off Ghostface's head. Yes, Richard. Ghostface is supposed to be a character in this game. They did try to get John Wick, but they were not. Okay. They were not able to come to an agreement to get the likeness.
Dang. Who owns John Wick?
What?
Who owns the rights to John Wick?
I don't know. Is it Warner or is it somebody else?
I thought it was Warner Brothers.
Oh, they ain't giving it up. Yeah, they won't give it up.
Oh, yeah. Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat, so
let me see.
Maybe whoever it was that owns the character just said no.
John Wick.
Oops. I've been downloading movies. Mortal Kombat 1 storyline is crazy. I bet I beat the game, says the King. Awesome. Yeah, I'll look for that. I'll look to see how crazy.
Oh, it's Lionsgate. Lionsgate.
Okay.
Lionsgate. Okay.
Guess he just didn't want to give it up.
Yeah. I mean,
I wanted a lot of money.
That's what it is. It's always a money thing with some of this stuff. It's always like, all right, well, we want it, but I mean, if the price is that high, you know what I mean? I mean, they got money, but it's not like, sometimes they just are ridiculous in what they set.
Right.
But we just want good characters, so.
Well, back to Xbox.
Back on Xbox, all right, so we talked about the mid-gen refresh, and now we got to talk about the next generation of Xbox that's coming out in 2028. And this guy over here called it because this is basically a cloud hybrid console. It's a cloud-based console. So the cohesive hybrid compute. This is our vision, develop a next-generation hybrid game platform capable of leveraging the combined power of the client and cloud to deliver deeper immersion and entirely new classes of game experiences, optimized for real-time gameplay and creators. We will enable a new level of performance beyond the capabilities of the client hardware alone. And then it has a bunch of things: CPU, ARM 64, CPU balance of big little CPU, GPU, co-design, AMD or licensed AMD IP, Navi 5, NPU, balancing, desire, flexible, forward compatibility. And yeah, so they're going cloud with this next thing. Now, it's funny because obviously after we talked about this last time, the one thing that people will probably question will be like, all right, well, if Phil Spencer said things have changed, what did change? Or what is accurate? I mean, I think this is pretty much their plan, regardless of what he says is going to change. Also, I wouldn't trust anything he, don't trust him as far as you could throw him, right? So it's like,
well, yeah.
It's just like, I think with this is probably the most, besides the whole Nintendo comment, which we'll also get to, This is probably the other thing that has people really upset that I've been seeing online since we've gone live the other night when this broke. So, but Perry said it. I mean, that it was gonna be going this way. We did talk about it, me, Perry, and Frank. We talked about the Keystone. We talked about that kind of like template was kind of there, but we were talking about this the other night, the mid-gen refresh, and the next gen of Xbox gets leaked. I mean, this document had it all, and it had redacted stuff as well in these files. I mean, this was just a massive leak.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't think we'd be talking about a mid-gen refresh and 2028 Xbox, but that's where they're going in the future. They're pushing the cloud gaming. And I mean, I just, I want to hear what you guys have to say, but yeah, I just think that like you should still have an option to download stuff, or at least have a different model. And I'm sure they might do that.
Well, this is where Sony is gonna. I mean, this is where Sony has the ball in their court.
They're taking the notes, like we said, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're seeing all this.
Sony could keep the damn discs. They could keep just digital. Sony's cloud isn't as good as it is. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll just keep the digital downloads, and Microsoft's going to do the cloud thing.
PS Now was horrible.
But if they do that, then Sony's just going to everyone's just going to buy PlayStation again. They're not going to worry about Xbox. You know what I mean? They're looking for the subscriptions. They don't even care about all that other stuff. But PlayStation, if they just stay true to what they're doing, which is going to be a detriment to them at some point because they can't keep doing that forever.
And that means you can turn on your Samsung.
If they do that next gen, if there's still digital downloads and disc, or if say they get rid of the disc and just do the digital downloads versus cloud, PlayStation's going to win by a mile. And I think Steam is always going to be there, and you're still going to be able to download your games natively. Steam's not doing that cloud crap. That's not Steam's future. So,
right.
I think Microsoft needs to look at the landscape.
Yeah, they need to reevaluate that, because they just can't just switch to cloud gaming fully, because that would just be stupid on their part.
Well, people like RWK would just go out and buy PlayStation because he doesn't have good internet to begin with. And yeah, it would suck to download games digitally, but he wouldn't have to worry about the cloud
and stuff dipping on him,
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the biggest thing.
Unless Verizon and all these companies have 10 terabyte friggin' upload and downloads coming that we don't know about, that they know about.
Right.
It ain't gonna fly.
Well, I also don't understand, and that's what I was saying too. Xbox just wants it to where you could play the stuff anywhere. You could turn on your 2028.
That's cool.
Your 2028 Samsung TV. You could just play the next gen games on there without having to get a console. Things like that. They're trying to do shit like that, and with this streaming stuff. And yeah, I just, like you said, I wonder what's gonna what is their mindset with that going into that being the next 5 years or so. It's where's the internet going to be, where the speeds are going to be at. We know it's always advancing, and there's I know they're always trying to look ahead, but yeah, this does have a lot of people upset because it's a very weird shift. And like you said, now Sony's just eyeing this up.
Well, now people are going to look at PlayStation and be like, should I just build my digital library here since I know where Microsoft's going now?
That's true.
That's what really just kicked them in the nuts the other night.
Yeah.
Because now people know where they're going in the future, and people can make a decision now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could hurt Xbox even more.
Oh yeah. Xbox is just digging themselves a hole.
I mean, we're all tech heads here, and we buy all the machines and we play all of it. We want to see how this all plays out. But a lot of people, we've seen, on the internet, they want to buy one machine and stick with one machine. So this could definitely hurt Xbox that way.
Oh yeah.
You might see sales decline in Xbox. I mean, they're going all the way up because people are buying Xboxes for Starfield and stuff, but the holiday season, is Starfield going to be able to hold up versus everyone knowing what the future is with the brand, or what? We don't know. We'll find out. In a couple of months, we'll have the numbers, but it's going to be very interesting to see what people do.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the thing too. I really wonder how this is gonna. Also, just like how they kind of get a response from this mid-gen refresh. I'm curious to see, how this last half of this gen will be for them and for both of them, really, because 3 years in on this November, so 2 months, and about 2 months actually, right? Because they came out on the like, but didn't one come out in the 20 something, and the other one came out like I forget. It was like right next to each other, basically both consoles, and 3 years ago already, and it just feels like that. Like we're already here, and we're just like, well, now what? And we don't even feel like we really got started.
Yeah, no,
on these
that's
consoles.
the worst part.
That's the worst part about this whole thing, this whole conversation that I keep thinking. I'm like, man, like you're showing us all this BS, but what are we doing here? We're still getting, stuff that's running in 30 only, and we're not really getting that many games for their console. And then Sony, the one game they have coming out this year looks amazing, Spider-Man 2, but that's one game. They really got excited. So
we got one game from Sony this year. We had no games from Xbox last year. Literally none.
Because Sony got excited, put a lot of stuff out.
Now we got some Xbox games this year. We got about 4 top games. Redfall doesn't really. Redfall counts as a top game, but it was not a top game. So there you go.
No.
But
yes. Sony got excited with
Helldivers got delayed too. So that's it. Sony's only got one game.
Yeah. They just did Horizon. They did God of War. They already got all that stuff kind of out of the way. So now it's like the only thing that's left is Spider-Man to come back in out of the shadows. And it's like, and it's cool because it gives something, people something to play. You got Alan Wake 2, you got Spider-Man 2, you got Call of Duty coming out, you got, there's a bunch of stuff coming out. And the Separate Ways is coming out as we speak.
Stevie Mac says people all over freaking out about the digital only thing, seeing the leaks, so Sony's definitely taking notice of that. Sony's not taking notice of that. Sony's releasing a digital console now.
Yeah.
The Slim is a digital console. I don't think you guys understand that.
Yeah.
They want one SKU, and that SKU is going to be digital, and they're going to charge you for that disk drive.
Yep.
Sony, the PlayStation 6 is going to be all digital. I don't think you guys understand that. There's a reason why Microsoft's making their next console all digital and their mid-gen refresh.
They're trying to get people.
They know something.
Yeah.
Both sides know something about the other.
Yep.
And that's what makes this,
Why do you think the PlayStation 5 had a digital version? Because they knew the Series S was coming out before it was announced. Somebody somewhere told somebody.
Remember people were making fun of Xbox, the sad machine or whatever.
Right.
And I was selling them at Best Buy, but then
2 years later, the PlayStation 5 has a sad.
Yeah, it's like I was selling them at Best Buy, but people online were acting like people weren't buying them, and it's like, no, there was people buying them. I mean, there were some people that just didn't care. That was back in what, 20? When did that come out? Like
2019 or something?
19? Yeah, it was like right before. It was like a year before the announcement.
2019, something like that. That's when that edition came out.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it just comes to show that like as time goes on, some people just kind of accept it. Like even what Fred was saying, like
Well, here's the thing: a
some
majority
people are just
of
like,
people,
all right, I'll just deal with it.
A majority of people have moved on to Netflix, Spotify, all digital services for their entertainment.
Yeah.
A lot of people, especially teenagers and kids, they're growing up with downloading stuff on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They don't know what discs are. They don't care about discs. They just want to download a game and play it. People like us, we like the option of a disc or not having a disc or whatever. And that's just the way that it is. But the new generation, they don't care about discs. And Fred, you're kind of like in the middle between the new generation and the old generation.
Yeah, I'm like stuck. I'm like young, but not really young. I'm like in that awkward stage.
He's an old young man.
Yeah, I'm young, but I know a lot of old shit. that's what it is.
But I have customers all the time that are like younger than Fred that come in. They want to buy a Sega Genesis with cartridges because they don't know what a cartridge is.
Oh yeah, I mean there was kids. I remember when
they want to experience that, but it's not going to be everybody. You're going to have people like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the people going back and buying vinyl now. Best Buy still has a little bin full of music CDs, but people want the old stuff. They want to relive that nostalgia.
And Best Buy sells turntables, so they have a little section of vinyl. It's not big, but believe it or not, they do get a couple new releases in still. You know,
Target sells record players now.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. It's Target sells vinyl. If you go in their media section, buy their books, they're the one place you can still buy new CDs when they come out and vinyl, which I like because if I need a CD in a pinch or something, like I can go there because they're gonna have the hard copy. If Amazon decides to, delay my pre-order and I just want to pick it up in person, I can do that. I like having that option. Barnes and Noble's the same way, where believe it or not, they still sell a bunch of vinyl and new CDs. They're a little expensive, but I also like buying. Like I'm trying to get into buying more books too, so I do like Barnes and Noble. They're few and far between. They're still around, but there's one by my old Best Buy. That's like the
We
closest
have one over
one,
here.
but yeah,
Yeah, we
they're
have
cool.
over here.
Yeah, the one by me has like a Starbucks in it and stuff like that. I've been in a couple that have like an upstairs. I've never been to
There's one in West Nyack too in the Palisades.
Oh, that's cool.
In like the mall, yeah.
Yeah, so like there's still places like that, but yeah, it's like it just to each their own. Everyone can listen to stuff, and you buy the vinyl. It comes with a digital card to download it too. So it's like you kind of get any way you want to listen to it, you can. Like I still have CDs. I have a disc changer on my receiver. I have a record player on my I just like that. I have a system, but some people don't care. Like they just rather just listen to it on their phone, and it's all good. However it works for you. If you could enjoy your media, consume it how you want, it's fine. Same thing with the games. Like I still buy digital games, but I still love my movies physically. I still like some games physical if it's like franchises that I like. I'm not going to just get everything on this current gen PS5 and series physical, because also we talked about this. The game sharing is a big part of that. Huge part of that. Actually,
also when the consoles go digital, guess what? You're screwed because you didn't buy the games digital at one point. And they might take those games off the service before you're able to pick it up on a new console. It's all digital.
Right.
So it's like a catch-22.
It's kind of like,
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Right. Like, see if you can grab stuff that you like.
I grabbed a bunch of Xbox 360 games on the 360 when they were $4.99 on sale.
I love when they do those sales. Those are great.
A bunch of those went backwards compatible. Everyone's paying $20. I'm sitting back. I'm like, wow, I only paid $5 for Operation Raccoon City and Red Dead Redemption. And everyone's paying $20 now digital because they didn't buy them back then when they were cheap. Same thing with the PlayStation 3 store.
Yep.
We bought Twisted Metal or whatever. Yeah, they're having problems getting those on there, but some of the games are honoring that I got for $5 that they're selling for $20, $10, whatever it is now on PlayStation 5. To be, backwards compatible with PlayStation 1 or whatever. So, it is what it is. I think if you like collecting games, that's fine. Collect your physical games that you want, but I think time is moving on, and I think people are going to have to start trying to build up their digital library a little bit.
Yeah. I'm actually starting to I got my library card just recently, and I'm starting to rent DVDs from the library. Like you can actually rent DVDs from the libraries that buy me and everything, and it's actually pretty cool because if I just don't want to go out and buy the actual DVD, I could just rent it for a week and just watch it real quick and then give it back.
How dare you, Fred?
I know I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being.
I like to own my DVDs.
Yeah, it's like I wish and we kind of talked about GameFly still being a thing, and the fact that you can actually rent 4Ks, and that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a lost thing. But yeah, being able to rent some games nowadays would be cool, to try to just because a lot of these games are not finished or they suck straight up.
If you don't want to spend $70 on them and then freaking
just take a gamble,
just suck blood.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's I don't know. And then as far as bringing it back to the Xbox Cloud thing, I think I know that the writing's been on the wall too, because Perry mentioned, you have the X Cloud stuff. The Keystone was kind of hinted, obviously, but it never came to be. But it's just very interesting to see how they're kind of mapping this out and how they're going to present this, because again, we're looking at these slides, but I wonder what their actual pitch is going to be this is why you should do this, and this is where we're going.
Well, you're not going to have a choice. If they're not launching a console with a disc drive, I mean...
Yeah, no, I mean...
You're going to have to see what Sony's doing and make a decision. And if they're doing the same thing, you're going to be like, well, where's my library built up mostly? Over there or over here? What do I do?
Maybe some people might just say, I mean, and
You
again,
still
I
got
know
Steam, you still got, good old games, you still have all this other stuff that you can play your stuff on. Like,
well,
people are just gonna have to make a decision coming up in the next, I would say, 5 years, right? That's when this roadmap ends.
Oh yeah.
that's when the roadmap ends, and like you mentioned, some people will probably just go to PC. If they're not on
A
PC
lot of people
already,
did during Xbox One and
and
PS4.
a lot of people already did, and they still are. And I think by and of course the new generation of kids coming up that are learning about this stuff by 2028, hopefully they know better to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a PC anyway, because at that point there's probably not going to be any exclusives, and it's just going to be like out for you could play the PlayStation stuff, the Xbox stuff, day and date stuff, right? I know there's some of that stuff right now, but for the main titles. So yeah, maybe this will kind of get people thinking about, like you said, if they want to make that jump, if they're like, you know what, maybe I will consider getting this stuff on PlayStation, or stay where you're at, or say screw them both and just get on the PC, because you have more options for what you want, and you can do what you want. You can, like you said, you got multiple platforms, multiple sales, you got CD keys, you got a bunch of options, and people just want options and like a way to do it, a way to do what they want to do. Like they're they're not gonna be stuck because the console can't do a certain thing on the cloud, or like whatever the problem could happen. It's just like, it just seems to be like PC is going to be more of the better option, and that's just like you said, it's just becoming more and more true the past 10-15 years.
Yeah.
Omegon is here. What's up? The Alchemist. Are you gonna talk about Game Pass numbers? We usually don't, but I will say this: their roadmap wants, I think, 100 million subscribers by 2029, 2030,
Wow.
or whatever.
That's good.
I think they're at like 30 million subs now. Dude, you got a long way to go, buddy. For
Long way to
Oh
go.
the
yeah.
next 7 years or whatever, you got a long way. That might be a little too ambitious.
I just don't like. It's just so weird,
RWK
man.
is here.
It's such a weird, like, it's just such a weird, like, thing seeing this laid out like this, where I don't know, it just feels like we're just not getting anywhere even in this gen, and it's like we're just seeing all this shit, and it's almost like a band-aid, where they're just trying to like kind of patch like the rest of this, like we're gonna get through this next little half, but it's like, what are you giving us that's like content wise? What are you giving us that is going to make us happy? Because we kind of been really screwed this year, and to see this year after the flubs they made this year with everything that we've talked about in terms of like Redfall and the Starfield stuff with 30 frames and like all this stuff added up, it just, this adds insult to injury.
You know what I would do if I were
in
them?
my opinion,
I would get rid of Elliewood. I would just have the Brooklyn make that
Be the base.
$3.99, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be great. That would be great.
That's
I
what
was
I would do.
surprised when they were doing another Series S. That, like you said, is literally the same thing as the Series S we have now.
Yeah.
Besides the Wi-Fi and
put
the
Edith to
Bluetooth.
bed.
Edith has to
Edith
go
goes
night
to
night.
sleep, and that's
Edith
it.
down. Old yell at her. You know what I mean? Just like
Let's get rid of Edith, okay? And let's get in the other guy, but let's make him $100 cheaper.
Who knows? Maybe in 2028, like physical games might not even be a thing anymore.
I think, Fred, that's happening before that. Like, I think that's the whole point of this conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's more just like, yeah, they're trying to get people converted now to everything, and that that is gonna, you can look at that and say, you know what, again, revolt and be like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna, instead of putting $500 down, I'm gonna, put a couple extra dollars away and then get a PC. Like that's what a lot of people are probably going to be doing.
The king says he needs to be buried with his physical media.
Yes,
bury
the only way.
in Fred's basement with the crickets. There you go. The king says, I'm an old fart that went
with
digital.
The crickets.
That's right.
Liquor Sandwich is the only physical games I want are RE games. Well, guess what? Capcom might go all digital. Well, then what are you going to do? Stop playing the games?
Well, I think a lot of...
I don't know. Richard said, I like to pay full price for DVDs in 2023. Well, there you go, Fred. He already beat you.
Dang it. Damn you, Richard.
Kicked you right in the nuts.
Yeah, it's a weird time, and the fact that we're seeing everything kind of mapped out like this in this leak again is still kind of unreal. And it was funny. We're just live, and we're just sitting here. I'm like, okay, we're talking about a mid-gen refresh and and a next-gen Xbox. It's just wild. Definitely, probably one of the biggest leaks we've had to talk about on the show in the last couple years, as far as like really crazy crap that wasn't just like console announcements.
We never had a freaking 10-year roadmap get leaked out
in front of us.
We now know what's going on. Yeah, in front of us, like you said.
Like the curtain, like we're literally looking behind the curtain, like the curtain's peeled back. You know, it's kind of like, you know, we're seeing the behind the scenes stuff. And again, I know, you know, Phil Spencer came out and said, you know, that, you know, things have changed since these roadmaps.
And he said old emails. It's like, bro, these emails are from fucking 2 years ago. What are you talking about, old emails? He's acting like these emails are from 1985.
He's trying to cover his butt, pretty much. Cover Microsoft's butt.
Now,
because he knows he's screwed up.
That kind of
RWK says Richard likes the consoles smaller. It's easier to shove up his ass. Well, Richard, you got a problem with this guy in the chat.
Jesus.
I think you could probably. The Brooklyn looks like it's easy to shove up your ass. But anyway.
I mean, you know.
Well, let us know, Fred.
I got you. Do an experiment.
Wake your girlfriend up for that.
Let's slap it with the PS5 stand.
She's gonna have to take the PS5 stand to hammer the freaking Series X in your ass. The Brooklyn in your ass.
Man, I got hemorrhoids. That's gonna be terrible.
That'll rip them right out. You'll be okay.
Oh Jesus.
Oh boy.
Wade likes to choke on those spears, says Richard. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, would
the chat
RWK would you start? What's happening?
Now, well, on that note,
Bigfoot's ass. That was the king saying.
So the hardware, that's the hardware, out of the way, and so I guess we can run before we get into this email. That's you know juicy goodness of Phil Spencer trying to buy up everything. Let's talk about these games that leaked. There was some games that came out that were from this list. Games. And it's pretty cool because I think a lot of people are excited. I'm pulling them up now. So the big ones, the takeaways, the new stuff. Fallout 3 remaster.
Nice.
Oblivion remaster.
Nice. I don't play that game, but whatever.
Ghostwire Tokyo sequel.
Okay, that's good.
Dishonored 3, which I'm not a fan of Dishonored, but I know it has their fans.
They're making another one?
Same thing.
They're making another one?
Yeah, don't ruin the second one.
Doom Year Zero is last up on the list, so it's the next Doom. I don't know if that's the final name.
They're probably gonna. It's probably a reboot. That's what Year Zero probably means.
Yeah, so those are on a release schedule list that came out along with all the documents and stuff that actually came out before the.
Where's Evil Within 3? I don't know.
Not sure. That's another one that shouldn't go away. I hope it doesn't go
definitely.
away.
I love Evil Within. That was great.
Now, so those are on. There's no dates for them, but they did leak from a document, so they are in fact being worked on. They just haven't been officially announced yet. So there's some other leaks for you. Now
Doom 3. I guess that's 0 hour or what was?
Yeah,
Year Zero. Duke Nukem 0 hour. I don't know.
Now let's get into. We're gonna wind the clocks back 3 years. Wind it back. This email that Phil Spencer put out caused the uproar. Again, if you were living under a rock, you probably didn't hear about this because this was
The Rock.
The Rock did come back to SmackDown. Now
you can smell what he's cooking.
Dude, he looked like fucking Tiny from Clay Fighter. He was hulking over John Cena.
Oh my god.
John Cena looked like a Make-for-Wish kid, or compared to Rock. Rock was like ready to fucking strangle this guy. He was backstage and he hugged him. It's like he hulked over him.
You know what's hilarious? I was playing Clay Fighter.
Rock became Austin with the bald head, and he became Hogan with the friggin' steroids.
Yeah.
This guy was hulking over this guy, Cena.
I was playing Clayfire with my friend about a few weeks ago, and we were saying how
he should play if they make a Clayfighter movie. Have The Rock play Tiny.
Oh, that's great! Oh, that's great.
That's a perfect cast.
And then the King, he could play what's his name, the Elvis guy. I forgot what his name is.
Blue Suede Goo.
Blue Suede Goo. King, there you go. That's her calling right there.
Oh man. Yeah, I saw that clip. I was just like, that's hilarious.
Jeez.
Anyway,
it is hilarious. But yeah, so this email is from 2020, but it's the content within this email that has got a lot of people talking. Another thing that nobody believed Perry on. This is another thing that Perry called. So let's get into this. I'm going to read this here. This is an email that Phil Spencer typed to Takeshi Numoto. He says, Takeshi, I totally agree that Nintendo is the prime asset for us in gaming. And today, gaming is our most likely path to consumer relevance. I've had numerous conversations with the LT of Nintendo about tighter collaboration and feel like if any US company would have a chance with Nintendo, we are probably the best position. The unfortunate, in quotes, or fortunate for Nintendo situation is that Nintendo is sitting on a big pile of cash. They have a BOD that until recently has not pushed for further increases for market growth or stock appreciation. I say until recently, and I've kept in touch with Mason Morfitt, and he's been acquiring. It's likely he will be pushing for more from Nintendo's stock, which could create opportunities for us. Without that catalyst, I don't see an angle to near term mutually agreeable merger of Nintendo and Microsoft, and I don't think a hostile action would be a good move. So we are playing the long game. But our BOD has seen the full write-up on Nintendo and Valve, and they are fully supportive on either if opportunity arises, as am I. And then he talks about ZeniMax after that in the paragraph. Gaming right now, Warner Brothers Interactive and ZeniMax. I took ZeniMax and BOD last week in a prior discussion. I asked Amy and Satya if they wanted me to slow
Satya, yeah.
To slow either or both of these given a TikTok discussion, and they both told me no. This is just like
like you're saying, what you told me that Nintendo games would never be on Xbox, and look, this guy was planning on doing this thing 3 years ago. So you never know, buddy. I didn't think the WWF was going to buy Ted Turner's WCW. And look what happened. Ted Turner had way more money than the WWF did. Way more money.
And things changed.
And Vince McMahon, who was a millionaire, bought a company from a billionaire. Which in turn made him a billionaire.
Now,
20 years later.
The icing on the cake.
Man. That's why I say you never know. You gotta watch out. Because these mergers come and they shock a lot of people. If you were to tell a WCW fan in 1998, hey, the WWF's going to buy this place, they would look at you like you're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
They'd be like, what are you talking about? Ted Turner is a multi-billionaire. Vince McMahon barely has millions of dollars. Look what happened.
That's what happened.
And by the way, he bought the company for $4 million from a billionaire.
Wow.
And did you think George Lucas would ever sell Star Wars to Disney for $4 billion and get robbed? I mean, he robbed himself because he accepted the money.
Yeah.
No one would ever think that, right?
Yeah, no one would.
Lucas could have made that $4 billion easily by making another movie. Just one more movie, he could have made that money.
Yeah, and like you said, it's been in talks for a little bit. I mean,
I'm
this
not
was
saying the
August.
movie would have done $4 billion at the box office. I'm saying the merchandise, the character,
Yeah,
all
I
that
see what
stuff.
you're saying. It
The
adds up.
endorsement
Yeah.
deals, it adds up.
Now,
Disney made that shit back in the first movie, just from the merchandise. They made more than that.
yeah, and like you mentioned, like these things happen and things change.
You never know. You can never really say never in these situations.
And this is August 6th, 2020. That's when this email was sent. So that just gives you an idea.
Who's been saying before that? And by the way, when Frank came on, we joked that they were going to buy Valve.
Right.
Because we always said, ladies and gentlemen, now on the Xbox stage, Game Google.
Yes.
We used to say that all the fucking time. And look what this guy's been trying to do behind everyone's back.
Now, to kind of like put a a pin at the very
end. By
the
way,
email.
He was talking about a hostile takeover of Nintendo. That's when you buy all their stocks, a majority of their stocks.
That's what he said, word for word.
And by default, you own the company. That's happened to a lot of places.
Yep.
And he was talking about that, and he's like, "We'd rather play the long game."
And that's what's funny is that it's so
in the court of public opinion, people will be freaking pissed.
Yeah, he's so nonchalant about it. You know, that's the one thing that's so
that's
weird
what I'm
about
saying.
this.
Like, you guys can never call it because life is weird. I don't know if you guys realize that. You never know what's going to happen.
And he topped off the email by saying, "I love this discussion and value you looking for the opportunities here. At some point, getting Nintendo would be a career moment.
Yes.
And I honestly believe a good move for both companies. It's just taking a long time for Nintendo to see that their future exists off of their own hardware.
Wow.
A long time. ... Smiley face. Phil Spencer." That's the email.
Say? I said that they should put their games on Xbox with better graphics, right?
And that's what he said in that last paragraph.
I guess I was wrong.
Beat for beat.
Meanwhile, this guy's writing emails.
Yeah. He is. And that was 3 years ago. So who knows what the hell conversations have happened since then.
Who called this?
Now, I want to ask you guys, do you guys think that this will hurt anything because this went public in terms of their relationship with Nintendo?
We don't know yet. We don't know if Nintendo's pissed. We have no idea. Or if Nintendo's like, whatever.
Did they reply? Did they reply back to that at all? Or no,
Nintendo's
only
not going to say nothing.
So the only reply that went down was from Phil Spencer's Twitter, and I'll read that right now. So he was playing Starfield when all this, he was probably sleeping, playing Starfield, and it says, "We've seen the conversation around old emails and documents. It is hard to see our team's work shared in this way because so much has changed and there's so much to be excited about right now." I love how he says there's so much to be excited about right now. Like, what, Starfield? What else?
Yeah, exactly. What
and
else?
in the future, and he says, and in the future, we will share the real plans when we are ready. 3.7 million views on that tweet.
Games at 60 frames per second. Plans. Is that what we're saying?
Well, this is where it gets dicey because he uploaded those plans to the federal government.
Yeah. So what are you saying, that they're not real plans? They're just a facade for what's actually going down?
Right. Which would mean that they're, not
they're lying.
Uploading. So yeah. Well, things could have changed from when those documents were created. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Look, I think they're going to keep that roadmap. They just have to say that. Oh, yeah, things like that. Because Sony knows the playbook.
They got to cover their ass a little bit.
Sony knows the playbook. Sony knows who they were going to go after. Yep. Nintendo now knows that they were keeping them warm to fuck them later. They were buying them dinner for the sex, and they didn't get the sex yet. So, so now is Nintendo going to get all bitched out and be pissy and moaning about Microsoft?
That's a good question.
Nintendo's never going to side with Sony because Nintendo hates Sony.
They'll take the hate to the grave. That's how they work.
They'll take the hate to the grave. They just want one Japanese company running the show over there.
And if you betray a Japanese company, they don't forgive it. It's done. Like, your relationship with them is done. And yeah, I mean, any competition. And when we heard about,
look what Nintendo did to Sega.
Yeah,
in the 90s, they freaking slaughtered Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Sega wasn't doing anything bad, Nintendo, they were ruthless against Sega.
They were spanking Sega. Yeah.
Sega does what Nintendo don't. Yeah, guess no.
Well,
see what happened there.
But but again, like to Perry's point though, we had awesome competition because of it. We had awesome back and forth that pulled out, like we had awesome Sega, Genesis games and like Saturn games and stuff. But then it's also like, yeah, you had like competition's great for those reasons, but sometimes they don't make it out alive. And the Dreamcast was the last, breath that they had. But
Sony killed Sega with the DVDs, man.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
PlayStation 2 didn't have DVDs. Nobody would have waited to get a Dreamcast.
No.
But the fact that the PS2 was coming in a year, and it was $100 expensive more, but you got a DVD player, everyone waited. Only the hardcores got the Dreamcast, but it wasn't enough.
And especially when they lost the Japanese market first.
And I was in it. I was in that camp. I got the Dreamcast, but I was like, everyone I'm talking to, they're like, yeah, I'm going to wait and just get a PlayStation because it has a DVD player. It worked.
Yeah, my brother got the Dreamcast, but I remember playing like Resident Evil on that and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so like Code Veronica. I was like, oh my god, this is
that's
like
why I want it for Code Veronica.
Yeah,
Castlevania Resurrection.
I mean I just remember coming home with that game and thinking, man, this is like next gen, right? Like not next gen, whatever I called it back then. The new era.
It was next gen back then.
Yeah, it was, but like I didn't call it that. As a kid, I was like, oh, this is just the new, the new stuff. And then Mortal Kombat Gold. My cousins had that too, and they had the Dreamcast, so I think that's what sold us on it. And we had the Black Sega Sports Dreamcast.
I got that downstairs with HDMI.
Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore because Nick. I don't know. Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
That's the most expensive one.
Of course, I still have the controller from it, but I don't have the console. But
the controller goes for money. I had the yellow controller. Someone traded that in for like 5 cents. I didn't know it. The controller fucking sold for $200.
Holy shit!
My uncle used to have that. My uncle used to have that controller.
Yeah, well, that controller is worth money, a lot of money.
That's awesome.
I didn't know it when I got it. I was like, whatever, it's just a Sega controller. And then I looked it up. I was like, and I sold it.
Yeah, really, really good. I don't know, just really good memories with that. And yeah, it's just like you said, it was over at that point. Once those decisions get made, but a lot of these companies, and especially with how, they're planning on bringing Call of Duty back to Nintendo, and they're trying to, they're trying to already play nice with them anyway, and just to try to get that, like you said, try to get them away from, just dealing with that crappy hardware. Where like, why does Mortal Kombat run like that on the Switch? Why does it even exist?
Yeah, you know what? Shape. It should have been a canceled port. We'll get the canceled Switch ports in a little bit. Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's also coming up.
Mortal Kombat on Switch is embarrassing.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the screenshots.
The game should be freaking $4.99. It literally should not be $69.99 or $100.
The Switch is not meant to do that. It's not meant to run a game like that.
Yeah, but how? Listen to me. If you're Nintendo, right? Remember the seal of quality? You probably don't remember it, but they used to have a seal of quality. If a game,
on the cartridges, yeah.
Yeah, if a game ran horribly, they really didn't approve it. They would call that developer and be like, you're not putting this shit on Nintendo. You can put it on Sega, like, fuck them, but you're not putting it on Nintendo.
Yeah, they were picky about their games.
Now,
yeah, no, I know.
It's like, hey, guys, make any fucking game you want on Switch. We don't care if it doesn't run.
Yeah, you're right, man. The quality has just gone down.
It was horrible. Johnny Cage's textures don't even load him for his hair, so he has blonde hair.
What is he, Duke Nukem?
He looked like Duke Nukem.
Yeah. In this version, he's Duke Nukem. In the other ones, he looks like he has his normal hair.
The one that you're watching now is the PC version, so he's good. But
right
in the Switch version, forget it. He looks like crap.
And they want to put Call of Duty on the Switch? What?
Separate Ways just hit the store, so we're going to stop the entire podcast just to play Separate Ways.
Yep.
Have fun with Separate Ways. We're podcasting here. Remember when they would make different games entirely less powerful consoles? Yes, I do. I remember when they would make the same game, but it was same name, different game on multiple consoles because they had different development teams
Yeah.
Because it wasn't this porting bullshit. People had to work on a game.
They're actually unique.
Yeah,
ports.
if you had Power Rangers the movie was coming out in theaters, you had Band Presto making the Genesis version, and you had freaking I don't know who the hell made the Super Nintendo version. But they were the same name, 2 different games. And the Genesis version was better. So that's what happens. Aladdin on Super Nintendo, same thing.
It's just funny that, like, you know, again, another thing that you talked about is now, you know, with this email. And again, I keep saying this, but just like that stream last night was just wild. Like the fact that like everything lined up, we saw stuff we never saw that we thought we would never see in a leak like this. And to top it all off, a private email leaks out that just confirms what Perry was talking about. You know, I mean, not that anything's like officially getting, you know, moved in with these stocks. Like they're not like doing that yet, but they're talking about it 3 years ago. So who knows what kind of conversations they've had since then amongst themselves that probably didn't even come out yet. Hopefully we'll see something.
Maybe Nintendo will see this and be like, you know what? We'll partner with you. You got to give us like $2 billion, but we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, no, you're right. And yeah,
I think Nintendo should put their fucking games on Xbox. Keep the Switch. Keep that. Nintendo dominates the handheld market. Okay? You put the games on Xbox. Number one, it's going to be a 1-2 punch because Sony won't have Mario Brothers or Smash Brothers. You can play it on Xbox and Switch. Switch is your portable. Xbox is your home console. Nintendo doesn't have to build a 4K box. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
And Phil Spencer said that in the email. He's like, we got the hardware.
They can benefit. Yeah.
They can benefit from our hardware, spending the money on this stupid shit. So I think that they should have a partnership, not a buyout. Don't buy them out. Have a partnership. Put the games on here with better graphics, the Series X, and keep the Switch. Nintendo keeps their Switch and do whatever they want, and they can put Game Pass on there too. Or they could put Microsoft games on the Switch. Like, I think that's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, definitely.
And everybody
wins.
No,
absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't have to buy them outright. They could just
have to buy them, and it's not like they're giving them the Zelda IP to fuck up their games. They say, hey, you can port Tears of the Kingdom. Because no matter what, Nintendo Switch, they're going to sell the copies that they're going to sell. But people that don't want to play it on Switch, they're going to sell more copies on this thing too.
That'd be pretty cool to play Zelda on Xbox. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be very cool because the graphics would be good, the frame rate would be good. It would be nice. Man. But the new Switch apparently takes care of all that, so that's good. Yeah. But I wish Nintendo would broaden their horizons a little bit. It's only going to make them even more money.
They've just been like straight, just them. It's like just always Nintendo.
You know how many more Amiibo they could sell? Because Xbox people are going to want that.
Captain Price Amiibos and stuff like that. That'd
be cool.
Yeah.
Crazy. You know how many accessories they could sell? They could sell N64 controllers for the Xbox.
Well, that's...
I know that sounds stupid, but they literally have a treasure trove.
Stranger things have happened. Yeah. They're sitting on cash.
They could put Master Chief in Smash Brothers. Put Master Chief in Smash.
They could do that anyway.
It's funny. We joked about that all the time. But now it's like, I
told you Banjo and Minecraft Steve were going to Smash. Everyone told me I was fucking crazy. They're in it.
Mm-hmm.
I said that for years on this show, and they're in it.
That's true. I was going to say there's shows where Perry just kept saying that, and then it finally... Again, it's the whole thing
Everyone's
where Perry says it, and then it happens.
Going to be in it. I was like, they're not going to put Doom Guy in it. And they didn't.
No. But, I mean... That's it as far as like the Microsoft stuff, everything that came out. Now the thing is the only thing that came out, at least to my knowledge, after that initial email, because that was the last thing that leaked in that row of leaks, is that because at first people thought it was the FTC that did it accidentally, but no, it was Microsoft.
A lot of people said that. They look really bad now.
Yeah.
They look really bad now. People wrote articles about that, blaming the FTC. I'm like, what am I reading? What is going on?
Yeah. Now we when we went live, we didn't have the information in front of us to know who or the government website did it. People were suspecting that. So we were just kind of like saying, okay, we don't know how this necessarily got out, but these files are out and they're redacted. So we were assuming that it was through the FTC, process. But now we know that it was through this, employee that uploaded it wrong on the government website. So we're going to set the record straight here. That's exactly what happened. Microsoft employee, obviously more stuff comes out, but that was it as far as the, and then again, like I said, the Phil Spencer tweet followed and that was it. And people obviously made videos, internet broke, all these, internet articles and stuff like Perry said, wrong, right.
Yeah, but I saw people literally go live, make videos blaming the FTC while the information was out that the FTC was not responsible. The FTC came out on Twitter and said, we had nothing to do with this.
Well, that's why it's one thing to be urgent with the stuff if you make videos on it, but you also have to wait until the information comes out.
People were still blaming them when the information came out that it was Microsoft that accidentally leaked it out.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's wrong, man. I was in someone's chat room, and the people in the chat were like, hey, FTC didn't leak it. FTC didn't leak it. Like, people are telling them, and they're not paying attention to the chat room. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, they just ignore them. It's like, dude, your chat room's trying to tell you.
Yeah, it's not cool, man. You gotta look. We've said stupid stuff on here and had corrections. You know what I mean? We apologize for stuff like that, but sometimes the chat room, like the other day, Dreadpool told us something in the chat. We were talking about something that was not correct, and he was like, "Hey, that's not true." And I was like, "You know what? I think you're right." I looked it up, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
And we apologize right on the podcast. We're like, you know what? We got that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, we need people like him.
But the chat room is very vital to breaking news because
definitely.
People
got to do
something goes down, they're going to tell us. That's what the whole.
They got to do more research. Yeah, they definitely got to do more research before they start, coming on here and
everyone's got to frame a bad guy. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people realized who's full of shit today and who's not. So
that's what it is. I think people can see that and. Yeah, I mean, and I think this obviously was going to bring up a lot of conversations around, the roadmap, the mindset of Phil Spencer, all this stuff. We know that he's, car salesman, as Perry says, used car salesman, kind of mindset. So they all are. It's all a game. It's all a business, and they all again
that's their job. Their job.
People are talking to someone,
to get all this stuff done for the company. They work for their companies, man.
Yeah. So. So I mean, we can kind of move on from the Microsoft stuff, because we covered it all. Unless something breaks while we're live, that's the only thing I can think of. But now we do have plenty more to talk about here.
Did you know Separate Ways is out, Anthony?
Separate Ways is out as we speak. It is out.
Stop the podcast. Load up your live stream and play it. Did you know that it's live?
Well, I just want to say as a sidebar real quick that Capcom is really stingy with giving out codes, and Capcom creators still didn't get it. I didn't get it, so I could literally spend $10 right now and just play it, but I'm not going to, obviously, because I'm waiting until to stream it tomorrow. So that's the plan, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get a code so I could have streamed it earlier, because that's the point, is me getting early access, but they didn't send anything out. So people were playing it earlier because they set their clocks to Korea,
the New Zealand,
Australia,
set their consoles New Zealand,
New Zealand rather. So but I didn't do that, and I just wanted to obviously, see if I got a code.
Just drops as RWK.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so I'll be playing that tomorrow, probably afternoon. So yeah, the reason why you guys haven't seen me live on my channel today is because I didn't get it. And I would have at least tried to do one playthrough before we started here. If I got it at noon, at a decent time, I didn't even get it now at midnight. So it's going to be tomorrow probably, and I'm going to try to go live. But that's a good segue, because before all this crap dropped about Xbox, me and Perry did stream the State of Play on Thursday. So about a week ago.
State of Pay! Come on! We're paying for all this stuff.
We're paying. Yeah, you're paying for those new faceplates and the controllers. It was it wasn't really like the greatest state of play, like the greatest show. Like, I got good RE stuff, which is cool. They showed RE4. First of all, they opened with a horrible walking simulator game.
Okay, so I was on Noof Nukem's show on Monday, and we were talking about that, but I misunderstood what he was saying, and I was talking about something else while he was trying to get me to talk about this. Dude, I joked that was Resident Evil 9, remember?
Oh, yeah. In VR, yeah.
Dude, that was the worst thing to open the show.
That's how they opened it, yeah.
I get that they were saving all the good stuff, but you want people to stay tuned in for the good stuff, or you want them to be like, yeah, I'm out?
Yeah, it definitely was...
they should have shuffled that thing somewhere in the middle.
Just somewhere else. They should have opened the show with RE4.
They should have opened with RE4, yeah. Because then people would have been excited. Ooh, that's a big game. What's the next big game am I going to see? You know what I mean?
And they did show RE4, shortly after, but it was not a good, like, you should have opened the show with that. You're right. And because they showed Ghostbusters VR as well.
Back from the dead. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Back. Ghostbusters VR is cool, but I don't know why they made the graphics look like that.
It's like Borderlands.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it looks like something like, yeah, right out of Borderlands. You're right.
And Winston looked like a cigarette.
Yeah.
He looked like a cigarette.
So you had Baby Steps. That was the first horrible game, and then you had Ghostbusters VR. And then they showed RE4 VR, which looks amazing. But
great.
We're not spending $650 plus on a VR2 right now.
$299.
So there's that. But the big thing after that was, and there's another mission, and Separate Ways was finally announced, which is going to be the last chunk of DLC for RE4 to wrap up this era of RE4 Remake. And we got excited. At that point, we kind of knew what, we kind of got what we wanted, at least as far as getting Separate Ways. It's only $10. There's a free Mercenaries update that includes Ada and Wesker. They put out a launch trailer. They put out, or 2 trailers rather, and some gameplay.
I heard Dave from Disturbed got so excited he scared that kid at the concert.
He looked at his phone before the concert, like, oh, wow.
Oh man! Just imagine that on a video call.
Dreadpool, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man? But yeah, it was like a it was probably the highlight for me as far as the the news, because I think besides this, I mean, Spider-Man 2 was the only other thing that I got really excited for.
Yes.
To be perfectly honest with you, I like I said, the event wasn't horrible. I know a lot of people wanted to see Silent Hill 2. People are saying you might see that tomorrow at Tokyo Game Show, because I think Tokyo Game Show starts tomorrow. I know Capcom's going tomorrow.
I think it starts at 1 a.m. right now.
It actually starts at 10, believe it or not. 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Which means that over in Japan it's like nighttime by the time they're streaming. So I guess they're waiting until later. But yeah, Separate Ways, to be honest, guys, it looks really good. I'm happy we're getting the cut U3, the other form.
Isn't that funny that remember I told you when we were playing RE4? I was like, where's that big guy? We never fought that guy.
Yeah, yep.
And that's him. That's U3.
That's him. It's U3, and I know a lot of people are in the comments and they're, they still say that I'm wrong, because in this game, Vertigo and this new creature here is technically, they're both called U3 in this game, in the remake. In the original, it was Vertigo and then U3. U3 wasn't part of Sadler's hands, rather. Right. He was separate. In this game, they changed. So a lot of people, when they hear me say that, or they hear us say U3, I just want to clarify so people aren't like, it's not U3. What are you guys talking about?
When they play the game and it is U3, what are they going to fucking say then?
Well, there's already files that show it. That's what blows my mind. Is I had this.
They're gonna play it. They're gonna see it. And go, you were right, Anthony. Yeah. Well, why'd you jump down the guy's throat?
Yeah. Believe me, it's so funny. This is the guy
that doesn't give you clickbait headlines. The guy's just telling you how he sees it.
Yeah, I'm just letting people know, hey, we're getting this fight. That again, the fans complain. The same people that were upset about
Why do people care so much? It's the fucking boss fight.
The laser room. People were upset about the laser room being cut, Perry. That's included. People were upset about, the U3 fight. Now that's included. People were upset about, Ada and Wesker not being in there from the beginning.
The laser room being cut makes sense because who's more flexible, Leon or Ada? I would say the spy is more flexible than the fucking
who does
cop.
who does flip kicks and shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe they were always saving it for that.
Yeah, well, Leon's just a clunky freaking bastard. It's like, ugh.
And this is exactly. Yeah, especially in this game because in the original 4, he ran a lot faster and it was a little more believable with how he was jumping through shit. But he backflips off a wall to avoid the lasers in the original. So
I will never buy another Capcom game again for the fact that Sadler didn't say your American action movies at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
I will never buy another Resident Evil game. Cannibal, I've been waiting for you. Look what came.
Oh.
The Last Dragon, 4K Steelbook.
That's a cool Steelbook.
You better hurry up.
Beautiful.
That's for Cannibal.
That's awesome.
And you know what else came? The serious Sonic the Hedgehog TV show, the complete series.
I'll be right back. I put something in the wash.
What?
What the hell? No, I'm just kidding. Now, so yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the state of play here. Separate Ways looks great. I'll be covering it tomorrow. Are you going to be streaming this, Perry?
Yeah, I'll stream it at some point. I hope trainers come out by the time the morning hits. They probably will.
Honestly, yeah.
So I can play with cheat codes and just get through it. I never played Separate Ways at all. I never played the original one.
I think you're going to get a better version of Separate Ways here, man.
I think so
this
too.
Looks awesome.
I'm
excited.
The remake is better.
I've been covering this stuff for a week straight. Literally, I haven't stopped working on stuff since we got off that stream. And but it's good. It's fun. It's fun to talk about new stuff. It's cool to
I had the glow when I held that sucker up. Yeah, well, here it is.
Yeah, look at that. That's sharp.
It's shiny too. Oh, you know what came today? I think the Scream Cinemarks came today. The Scream bucket.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Man, they got a lot of features on here. So, just so you guys know, certain Blu-ray players can be modified with a firmware file to rip 4K Blu-rays.
Yeah, Perry did send that to me.
So when we build your computer at some point, we're going to get you that drive. I'm going to mod that shit, and then you can rip whatever you
want. Let's see here. There was an Avatar game that was shown, which...
That looked all right. I'm not into Avatar.
It looked okay. I'm not really into Avatar. We don't even know
what kind of game it is, so...
It looks like you can switch between first and third person. I don't know. Now after that, they showed the new plates and the new controllers.
Yeah, which tells me that a Slim is not coming at the end of this month, but it might come next month. Who knows?
They showed a multiplayer game that is coming out on PC and PS5. I think Hell Divers 2.
Yeah, that's a PlayStation branded game. It got delayed till next year now. It was supposed to come out this year with Spider-Man.
The worst conversation.
Oh yeah.
That I've ever heard during the game. That they try to do this stock thing.
Oh, you killed me by accident.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you killed me. Oh, you shot me. It's like
nobody talks like that.
No, it's like when they back when they did the Rainbow Six thing. I think it was it might have been Siege or no, you know what it was? Division. And I remember watching that and the conversation in the game and I'm like nobody talks like they're it's like all right, I'm going down. I'm running. It's like no one is acting that serious while playing the Division. It reminded me of that. I was like, what am I watching here? It looks cool, but I don't know. It doesn't really look like something I would, jump in and play without playing the first one. I don't know.
You see what I got, Fred? The Last Dragon.
Oh, that's 4K. Cool. I like that. Like it looked.
All right.
Spider-Man was the next thing they showed, which looks fantastic. It looks smooth as hell. It's going to be
Can't wait.
I mean, it's going to be their game. So yeah, if you're a PlayStation fan, you're going to be happy. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you're going to be happy.
76 costumes or something, or 75
yeah,
costumes.
This is going to be nuts. I cannot wait. They are really hitting it out of the park with this.
I'll be streaming that day one. I already have the game because I have the code.
I was going to say, yeah, you got the console and the code. How dare they not put a disc in the box?
You know what's funny? So when the PlayStation 4 was out, they would always bundle their consoles with discs.
Yeah.
And Microsoft didn't at first. And people were like, yeah, Microsoft, fuck them. Then they started putting discs in the consoles. And like nobody bought the fucking consoles anyway. So they started just putting digital codes in the box. And now Sony's doing digital codes in the box.
Yeah.
Nobody's bitching at Sony for it.
No one cared. No.
That's what I'm saying.
But when they were doing smart delivery, they didn't like that, or whatever it was. Like for the Cyberpunk, where it was like, you know.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. People just hating the hate. And Microsoft listens to people that aren't going to buy their machines. That's the funny thing.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's just like.
That's Microsoft's fault. They keep listening to PlayStation guys who are not buying Xbox. Anyway.
No, I'm just looking at your because I'm going through our stream to like look at like what games were in order, the one that we did, and I just see the background with the nose or whatever, the SSD.
Oh yeah.
This is funny.
But yes, someone to wash your clothes. I mean, he's in the basement. He'd be pretty lazy.
Shit, it's right there.
What the fuck? It's right next to you.
I think I can walk over there and do the laundry. It's okay, RWK. I appreciate you though.
But yeah, man. The maps look great. It's like even a bigger map than before. The combat looks smooth. I mean, yeah, Spider-Man's looking great. So that's going to be an awesome October title.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Wait. I can't wait either. It's good.
And they showed some anime game that we don't care about after that, and then they showed the Splatoon ripoff, Foam Stars. So you can play that, and then they showed.
That's a pass.
Yeah, that's a pass.
Unless somebody rips it on PS4 and I can play it offline somehow.
Right. I mean, it's just a Splatoon
Stars.
ripoff. Yeah, it's like I don't know why they feel the need to have to rip off Splatoon, but there you go. And last but not least,
Splatoon itself sucks.
Yeah.
It was good at one point, but what are you gonna
do? They showed Final Fantasy Rebirth, the last up, and which looks cool, looks good.
3-month exclusivity, so it comes out on PlayStation 5 first. But
yes.
3 months after that, it will be on PC. And they made the statement that it will be on other platforms. Or they will be looking at other platforms to put the game on. So it might be coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Might be on Game Pass.
I don't know how they're going to deal with...
I don't know about that shit, but it'll be on Xbox.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to deal with...
Game Pass.
Like how are they going to deal with, the like backlash of this whole like, you know, they're waiting, but then they're also like losing $2 billion, you know, like they're waiting to release these parts, but it's like, when are we going to finish it? It's like,
yeah,
they can't push this out fast enough with them losing money, but then also it's like, is it going to be as good as the first one? Like
the longer they wait, I think the less people are going to be excited about it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it feels like a momentum killer, and I felt this way since they announced it. When it said part 1, I was like, so when does it come out? Next gen? Does it come out this gen? Does it, you know? And that was back when it came out. But like now that we're seeing this, I'm just like, okay, they're not. The game
came out in 2020 on PlayStation 4. Remember, it was a month right after the whole lockdown.
Yeah,
because that was like the game everyone was getting because for curbside pickup.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna get it at first.
That Doom Eternal and then I couldn't Animal find Crossing.
It anywhere, so I just bought it digital. I was like, screw it.
Yeah. So, but I was just thinking, like, man, like, why, you know? And again, like, why are we playing it in 30? Like, all that stuff, you know. That's why I kind of stayed away from it, and I was waiting to play it on Xbox. But here we are. So yeah, they showed that, and that was a state of play. you know, it was okay. It was only like 27 minutes with like, you know, the timer. So it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't
and,
the worst one, but it
super
wasn't
pleased.
the greatest one either. It was
Yeah.
decent.
It was just decent. It was just okay.
The Nintendo one was about the same.
Well, okay, so that was the same day. So we're going to talk about that now. So because there's some cool stuff that we got on the Nintendo side.
Oh yeah.
So Nintendo Direct was also was it that morning or was it later?
It was that morning. It was 10 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 10 a.m., but it was actually good. Or at least, you know, for the most part. I mean, it depends. They showed, I'll just run through these real quick. Splatoon 3, DLC, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Prince of Persia,
again,
Lost Crown, Horizon Chase 2, they showed, Super Crazy Rhythm Castle.
Horizon Chase 2, I played that, man. I think the first one's better.
I haven't played them.
First one's good. I think the second one's kind of crappy. I played a little bit of the second one. I didn't know it was coming out so soon. It was out. They put it out that day.
They showed, what is it? Spy Anya. I don't know what the hell that
is.
is.
That one. Oh, that one. So you go to like school, then you take. It's stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I got that Nightmare on Elm Street game for Switch. You just select questions and answers, and the guy's totally Freddy on the box. And it says, in your dreams, he's coming after you.
Oh my god. They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
They showed off Super Mario RPG. They showed off Recollection, Princess Peach Showtime.
I saw that. I was like, what is going on with that? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like different outfits give her superpowers, something like that.
Yeah.
Sega Emerald Beyond.
They should have made a remake of that Princess Peach game on the DS.
Yeah.
That game was good. It was like a Mario game, but it was just like her game. I thought they were going to do that, and they did this other thing. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so Princess Peach is coming out in March 2022. Or I'm sorry, March 2022. March 22nd, 2024.
Oh, okay. 2 years later.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Super Mario RPG is November 17th of this year. So they're trying to get all their Mario stuff out before the new Switch.
Yep.
This will be the last phase of them.
Can't wait for Mario RPG.
Mario,
Gino.
Mario and Donkey Kong.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong is February 16th, 2024. I'm
just
trying to get
all the way back to the friggin' Game Boy Advance, that game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now this was one that broke on the Nintendo thing, and we are very happy that it's coming. The Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, and it's coming out on Laura's birthday. I don't know why they're not just putting it out now, but
I would take it now. I'd take it tomorrow.
I'll take it now. But with redone graphics, you can also switch between old and new graphics. This is what people want, man. I'm telling you right now. I grew up playing these games. I sucked at them. They were hard as fuck.
I beat the first one with a password. I got to the last level and just beat it, but
it was hard, man.
I never played through the games because the D-pad just fucking sucked.
Now will they fix controls with this?
I think they'll have modern controls.
They have modern controls, I'm assuming, because why would they even do this to begin with? It looks like it's rebuilt from the ground up.
Yeah, these look like, you know, even with the new graphics that the coat of paint that's on here, they still kind of resemble the old games even with that, which is cool. But it looks smooth, way smoother.
It took me 30 years of trying to play these games.
It's gonna make me want to go and play these, you know, and beat them. You know, I have my strategy guides that my dad would have to get for these games because it would just confuse the hell out of him.
You were stuck in those games, man.
Oh yeah,
you'd walk right up to a wall and you're like, "What do I do?"
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to like jump off the wall and hit the other wall. And then
yeah, like you would never know.
Sometimes you have to friggin' jump up and grab a certain piece of the ledge that you couldn't see.
You would never know. And now that was, you know, before videos were up online that you could just pull up. So the guides helped, man. And this looks awesome. Again, we say this all the time. Resident Evil needs this treatment. Other games will probably get this treatment because it prints money. We know the Metal Gear Solid one's going to sell like hotcakes. This will sell like hotcakes. And It's coming out on everything. So Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, so you can play it anywhere, PC.
Yeah.
So I am going to be getting this day one. It comes out
February
I'm getting it. 14th.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. Also,
for all the birthday, Laura is there for all the lonely slobs that want to play.
Apparently, that's her birthday. I don't know.
You know what I want them to remake? I want them to remake like the Max Paynes.
They are.
They are.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, they're working on 1 and 2. Remedy. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know. Under a rock.
Now here's the thing. Now it is Remedy, so they did that thing where they announced it like 2 years ago, and you haven't seen anything yet. So like they announced it, but it's just like we won't see it until like because they take their damn time. Now.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. I would love Max Payne. It's time for Max Payne to come back.
Pool has his eyes open, and Cannibal Ritual says still PTSD from just trying to turn Laura 360 degrees. Oh my god. Fred's been washing his clothes. He don't know shit. What?
Detective Pikachu returns on October 6th. There you go.
I saw that.
You can play Trombone Champ.
To get Danny DeVito to do his voice.
Come
on. Remember that stupid thing? People are dumb.
Trombone Champ is coming out. Battle Crush is coming out. Contra Operation Galuga is coming out.
That look good.
Yeah, I like Contra.
Unicorn Overlord.
Ooh.
Unicorn Overlord. That's what it says.
Don't worry about that.
I saw some of the videos of like this thing like while I was driving to school, like during the it was just those videos are funny for like the trombone one.
Yeah. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which looks good. I feel like Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, so that's a DS game, so it's finally getting a home port.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which that's good because I'm not playing it with my fucking head like this.
Yeah, why was that only ever on the DS? That's so stupid. I mean, obviously to sell DS, but like,
why are you hating on Nintendo, Anthony?
I don't know. Why am I going through their conference so quickly? Because I didn't watch it. I don't know.
So look, like 10 years ago, I watched YouTube, right? There was this guy, okay? His beard was like taking up the whole screen. And he's literally, this is like a 30, 40-year-old man at the time. I'm not even making the voice up. Okay? He was like, people are talking bad about Nintendo and calling people names. And I'm like, these people are not right in the head. They're fucking nuts.
He's defending like a multi-billion-dollar company. Jeez.
He's sounding like a fucking little kid. I'm like, there's something wrong with this guy. I don't know, man. I watched that video and I was like, should I have watched that video?
Yeah, like is it safe to watch?
I need to find my history.
I need to find that video now.
What do they show? They showed some more amiibos.
Yep, new amiibos coming out. Sora's coming out.
Sora's coming out. You got Zelda and
of course Sora's coming out. It's friggin' Fire Emblem Switch over there. Smash Brothers should just be called Fire Emblem Brothers at this point because there's more Fire Emblem guys in that game than Nintendo characters.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Anime Brothers.
Yeah. F-099 is also coming out.
That's out.
It's out. There you go.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Don't worry, they'll shut the servers down next year like they always fucking do.
Yeah. Song of Nunu. If you like that, WarioWare Move It.
Yeah, that's coming out.
Chronicles Haunted Heroes, Eastwood Octopia DLC, Wargroove 2, Dave the Diver.
That I saw the video. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's a very popular game on Steam, though.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, hey, to each their own.
Mario Kart 8 Booster Course. Mark Kart. Sorry, my brain kind of turned off.
It's just all different stores. Mart's carts, like the automatic carts. So it's like you got ShopRite, got Hannaford.
Course Pass Wave 6. That's what it is.
A booster.
Among Us, and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Yes,
that came out already.
Well, they showed that at the end, so I'm just looking at it. I didn't know.
Oh, is that like a remake of the GameCube game?
It says 2024. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a remake. It's a remake.
Well, there you go.
So that's the Nintendo Direct kind of in a nutshell. I didn't mean to like fly through it, but I don't really watch Nintendo like that, and like it's fine. But
also, the Among Us is just getting a new map. That's it. They're just putting a new map on there.
Let me just grab a tissue real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta cry.
No problem. Gotta cry.
He's gonna download Separate Ways naked and then put his clothes back on and come back.
Just gonna be like, oh, Separate Ways.
I like how the chat room's telling him Separate Ways is out, so he can just leave the stream and fucking download it. Like,
it's like, what the?
He's doing the podcast. He'll download it when he's ready. He told you to download it tomorrow morning. He'll check it out then. Don't worry. He's gonna stream for you guys, and you'll be all set.
It's all right, guys. Calm your tits. Calm your tits. It's okay. Circular motion. Rub them like this. You'll be okay.
Also, Capcom fucked him. They didn't give him the code.
Yeah. RWK.
Fred, $1.99 from RWK88. Fred, I'm just kidding. I'm not serious at all. He knows that.
Well, I'm very offended.
Thank you for the super chat.
I'm extremely offended, RWK. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Some LGR
I know.
Tomorrow. Hell yeah. Yes, he's going to give you what you want. So just
yeah. I was watching like his Separate Ways stream like on the way back from school with like a thunderstorm.
You should tell him that. He'll feel extra special.
Oh yeah. I was like, I risked my life for you, Anthony. You know what I do?
All this content, Fred. You didn't know what you walked into when you stepped in the shop.
Yep. Never knew it. I stepped into it 7 years ago.
You saw my car get destroyed.
So your car get destroyed. So freaking what else did I see over there? Go ahead.
Bro, so it's 13.69 gigs. I can't play it until tomorrow evening. Fuck me a long time.
Fuck me a long time.
Yeah, man. It's RWK, you're kind of screwed when the next Xbox comes out.
Oh yeah. When you have to download, you have to do the clouds. Oh boy, God bless you.
He's gonna have to get I'm sure he's probably gonna have to get PlayStation.
Or just better Wi-Fi.
He can't.
He can't?
No, where he lives, they don't have good internet.
Oh damn.
He's not joking around.
Shit, that sucks.
Yeah, he's kind of fucked.
I don't have great internet either.
This might be his last Xbox, his last generation of Xbox, if they keep going the way they're going.
Yeah, no. Oh, hi, kitty.
Bro, the next Xbox is straight gonna fuck me, he said. Damn, your internet must be really bad. Where do you live, like with the Eskimos? He's from Arkansas, a.k.a. Arkansas.
Arkansas. I was just about to say. That.
Dude, I love how I watch like content and they'll be like, the man from Arkansas. I'm like, it's Arkansas, you fucking idiots. They tell you Arkansas isn't the right way. Like, you learn that in school.
RWK, I can come over to your house and like stand up on the roof with like a little like metal stick and like maybe get your internet a little bit better.
Your bald head is the metal stick.
You're right.
You want to tell Anthony?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I gotta tell you guys a story. Sorry. So here I am. I'm at school. So I'm walking home. I'm walking from my classroom, about to go home, and like these guys, I just hear these guys while I'm walking, just like out of the corner of I hear them at the corner of my ear. I was like, they're like, "Hey, Steve Jobs." I was like, Steve Jobs. But no. I didn't hear that at first, so I ignored them because I thought I heard like Josh or something like that. I thought there was some guy next to me named Josh.
Steve Jobs.
And then I heard it again. Say Steve Jobs. He's like, "Yo, man, I love your stuff." I'm like, "Oh man, they're talking about me, aren't they? These fucking assholes." And I just looked like, "Yeah, I hope you guys like the new phone that's coming out soon. It's gonna be great." Even though I've been dead for like how many years, but it's okay.
You know, these people are just random.
It's like he wasn't even bald. He was bald, but he had a full beard and he had like a little bit of hair. It's just like
he had stubbles.
At least call me Howie Mandel or some freaking crap.
Okay, that Howie Mandel's a good one.
So, that Mr. Clean.
Is it better being called Powder?
Oh no,
that's a good one.
That's a good skinhead. One, call me Skinhead. Like Jesus Christ, something like.
Well, Jesus. They let you in the Skinhead bar the other day.
That's right. Some of my people.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no.
The thing is,
So he went. Just let me explain this to the people real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
He went to a very he had to get money from the ATM. So he went to a pretty racist bar.
Very.
The fucking ATM machine says it's only for customers. He wasn't a customer. He just wanted to get the money. And they looked at him and were like, "You're okay." They let him get the money. Because he's fucking bald. They thought he was one of them.
Yeah, I just walked in there, got the money. They never said anything to me. I just walked out, too. Never said a word.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Fucked up.
Yeah.
That's a good
I was like, all right.
Hey, you got the money. That's the most important thing.
Yep, that's right.
Everything else.
So did you guys want to talk about Unity?
Now, wait a minute. He was going to tell you a story, and then he told this other story out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You were watching him?
Oh, yeah. No, sorry. I told that story. I'm sorry. Okay, so, yeah, so a story about, like, I was watching your stream on the road during a thunderstorm on the highway coming from school.
Damn, wait, which one? Was it,
So I go to school, the one you just did, the secret
separate ways. Oh man.
Yep, separate ways. Yep. Yeah, I was
screaming and yelling on that one.
Yeah, I have like an hour drive from school to my house. So like it's so that's why I just like watched everyone's streams and stuff like that on there while on my way home.
Yeah, it was let's just say I had to here's James.
Put him on Fred's head. He needs a hat.
Oh no. Yeah, it's like I had to basically rethink the whole fight because that was a shit show. But yeah, wow, a thunderstorm. I mean, the storms have been wild too. Just all summer, and now it's like it's like please stop.
Driving on the highway, not fun during the storm.
I've had to do that like when I used to leave Best Buy too. Like I'd have to jump on like this highway, and it was like, of course, sometimes when I would leave because my shifts were always like so set.
Little monster
and
style.
If it was just like raining, it was just the worst. Like
Cannibal. My favorite scene was when the kid fucking drank the apple juice and just fucking spit it all over the principal.
Stevie Mac. Jesus.
Slendy Jobs. There you go. Put a Trails around the bed at night, and Fred will come out from underneath and start eating them like little monster style. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Fred.
How about a light bud? That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
This channel is amazing, and everyone in the chat is amazing. Says the king. I
guess this is kind of breaking news. They just put out. Well, it's not breaking. It's nothing special. They just put out the RE4 soundtrack on all platforms, all digital platforms. We talked about digital music. There you go. And they just uploaded a video called Resident Evil 4 soundtrack, like the official Resident Evil page. And it's like
Accolades trailer. You love it when these companies like PlayStation and now Xbox is starting to do it. They put out these trailers called Accolades, and I'm like,
it's like all the fucking reviews.
It's like, bro, people already bought all this shit.
It's like
you're like a month too late.
They're already on Game Pass playing Starfield. They don't need to see the accolades.
Classic with the Apple.
Can I get the RE4 soundtrack on cassette tape, Anthony? Can I get it in my 8-track?
You gotta preserve those. Fred.
Rewind the tape.
I gotta preserve my car from 1955 with the fucking 8-track.
Gotta freaking conserve my freaking Fred Flintstone freaking mobile that I have to freaking drive around. Like,
why is Right Said Fred watching YouTube while driving on the highway and speeds in the thunderstorms?
I was actually speeding in the thunderstorm too, which I don't do that. Don't do that.
Because Anthony's too sexy for his driving.
I am too sexy for Right Said Fred. What is Right Said Fred? Am I too young for that?
That's a playground that was in New York City.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of kids got hurt, so they took it down.
Huh. Wow.
You should Google that. It's fucked up.
Right Said Fred?
Yeah, it's a playground down in New York City. They had to dismantle it. Too many kids went down the slide and got hurt down there.
Oop, that's not nice.
Yeah, it was very bad, actually.
Oh, it was also the band that I was saying too.
It wasn't a playground. I'm just fucking with you.
I know.
You didn't know that. You didn't know until you just Googled it.
I'm too young. I'm sorry. I'm so young.
I know it's too sexy. We're good, Dreadpool. I was just messing with him.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Dreadpool. Thank you. I still look like an idiot. It's okay.
Is here.
Just
off of work and eating a burger. It's cold.
It's cold. Put it in the microwave.
Well, he's gullible because he wasn't around back then. I asked Fred the other day. I was like, "Where were you in '96?" He was like, "I wasn't born yet."
Oh man. Yep.
I was like, "Wow, I was 13." Well, there you go.
Some guy, I forgot where. I think I was at the bowling alley, and like this guy was talking about Atari. I was like, "Yeah, you mean like 2600?" He's like, "You know what that is?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I just ordered one. It's coming in a couple of months or whatever.
Yep.
I got a new one coming out with an HDMI port.
That's awesome. That's gonna be so cool. I might get that for my dad.
I got cartridges you can buy from me because the only reason why I got it, you can play cartridges on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a park at whoa. We don't talk about that here.
Oh jeez.
Oh man.
Well, let's talk about Unity, right? Because that's in the news.
Unity.
I know it's a controversial one.
Unity.
Here's the thing: a lot of people are upset about this, and I get it. But it seems like they're going after people that made a ton of money. You got to pay to play, right?
They told staffers in a meeting
like Cuphead
that it's
Cuphead sold millions of copies. They've made millions of dollars. They can't pay the freaking fee.
So 4% of the game's revenue for customers making over 1 million.
I'm looking at this the wrong way. And they're charging people for re-downloading stuff and all that. Like, what? I don't understand what that's all about. That's crazy.
So
that's stupid.
Because this came out, internet, got upset, and then they put out on the 17th. They put out an apology. Basically, they said, "We have heard you. We apologize for the confusion." I love this one little word because it's so funny. We apologize for the confusion and angst. The runtime fee policy we announced.
Oh, because everyone said they're going to jump off their platforms, which they probably still will.
Yeah. We are listening, talking to our team, community, customers, partners. We'll be making changes to the policy. We will share an update in a couple of days. Thank you for your honest feedback.
Ballpark.
And that's the last we heard of them.
What the heck is angst? What is that?
Like,
what the heck is that word?
Like stress type.
Yeah, it's like kind of built up,
like anxiety, kind of. It's like a playoff.
Yeah, it's like you feeling like anxious or like
I don't know Webster crap they pouring out.
Well, listen, I don't understand it fully. I heard a lot of people talking about it. A lot of people are upset. It is what it is. Let the developers handle that. Let them give them their 2 cents or whatever it is. I don't see that as a fight for the consumer. Like, what do I care? What do I care if people don't use Unity? In fact, they should go after the small people because there's too many fucking people making too many indie games out there that suck.
Oh my goodness.
With Unity. Every time you see Unity in the game, you're like, turn this shit off.
Yeah.
Because you know that the game's going to be crap most of the time. Too many people making indie games with it, and it's annoying.
Yeah, there's an overabundance.
Yeah. There's just overabundance of indie games. Some of them are good, but a majority of them are just like clones of each other. It's annoying. How many fucking Kirby clones are there on the Xbox store?
Oh man, so many.
Kirby Game Boy, original Game Boy clones. There's 100 million of them. It's crazy.
So many.
I don't have any thoughts on that. That's just for me. It is what it is.
Me too. I'm just kind of like, it just is what it is in terms of like you said, it's more of a developer thing. Between them and like people that are writing the checks, obviously. But in other news, this has to do with Glenn Schofield here, Striking Distance Studios.
Yeah.
DEADSPACE co-creator and obviously Callisto Protocol. months after the flop of the first game. I like Callisto Protocol.
I do too.
I do enjoy it. I didn't play the DLC yet. I think it got
you're
a lot
missing
more.
out.
I think it got a lot more hate than it deserves. However, he is leaving.
Wow.
Despite the startup, I mean, he started this company up with, Callisto being, the one thing that was trying to launch things, and now he's leaving. Crafton confirmed that he decided to pursue new opportunities. It's like he was in charge of his own company that he built up, and he left.
Yeah, it sucks. That's what happens when you rush a game out. You don't give it the proper attention, and then when it comes out fucked up, you don't listen to the community.
Yeah, Steve Papacis will take over as CEO. Bittersweet, but I know the studio
Pompous ass will take over as CEO.
Yeah.
Hippo ass.
I think the writing's on the wall there.
Yep.
Because the target was 5 million, they only sold 2.
Yeah.
And then the layoff happens, the 30 staffers, company website now shows there's 90
We talked about that last week, they laid off 30 people.
Yeah, so the writing was kind of on the wall.
I'm watching you guys on my Betamax VCR. This game, Dead Matter, that was crowdfunded, gained over $1 million in support, and it looks like absolute streaming dog turd. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
That's a shame.
Dreadpool says, normally charging percentages of income-based or ranges. They want to charge per download. So if I download on PC, Xbox One, Xbox 2, phone, 4 downloads, even if I own it across all platforms. Yeah, I think they were going to charge like the company. Like they were the company. They were going to charge the people that developed the game, not the actual individual. Because they said something like consoles, they would charge Xbox and PlayStation.
Okay, so basically devs and customers are getting
screwed people are saying you could download so many times and put everybody out of business or something. I don't know. I think there would be some sort of a limit or threshold.
Yeah, that's kind of
never getting me a ray tracing on Xbox.
Yeah,
I can't read because of heart. Guess I'm never getting me ray tracing on Xbox.
Like my ray tracing.
Oh, my ray tracing for what? For Callisto?
Yeah.
Well, the game ran like shit. I don't know what they did to fix it, but they fixed it. Like, it's good. It works now.
Yeah, now
and the DLC is great, but the DLC wraps that game up, and it is what it is. I thought the game was good. When the problems were fixed, the game was good. I think the problem is they hyped it up like it was Dead Space. It was not like Dead Space. Dead Space was better the month prior or 2 months afterwards.
A month after, yeah.
And I think with the performance issues and everything, it was rushed out. It was rushed out because I think they were trying to get the rub off Dead Space. And that didn't work in their favor, and that's why they're in the mess that they're in. So, they made a lot of mistakes, and I think other companies should look at that and take notice. Take your time with your games.
That's
if people are comparing it to Dead Space, don't fucking let them believe that it's like Dead Space, because when it wasn't, people were upset. So,
and I didn't mind the different mechanics when I started to get into the game and I saw like what it was doing.
They were planning to charge Xbox for Game Pass. Yeah, that's what I said. They're planning to charge them, not us. Which, what do I care if Xbox pays? Fuck them.
Yeah, they got money bleeding out of every orifice.
They got enough money. They're buying everybody.
But yeah, I mean, it sucks about that. I mean, I did enjoy Callisto, and I'll still stream the DLC when I have time in between RE stuff.
Here's the thing with the Unity thing. I get that it's bad for people. Xbox won't pay that. Then that's the whole thing. Then they don't pay it. But here's the thing. I think Unity needs this money so Unity could survive. That's my only thing. Like, maybe they're charging all these people all this money because they're ready to fucking go out. And they're like, shit, we need money. So if Xbox won't pay them, then Unity's out. Then nobody can develop shit on Unity.
Yeah.
Then people don't have to worry until the next company comes around.
They're going to cast it out,
Yeah. So yeah, that's an Xbox problem. That's not mine.
Texas Chainsaw, that runs on Unity.
Good for them, but that game's already fucking dead. We'll talk about dead games in a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
I've still been enjoying Texas Chainsaw, but it's still annoying because of the crossplay.
That was a good joke, RWK. You said Callisto was dead space on my SSD.
Oh, nice.
Haha. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about that, right? Because speaking of horror games or dead games, Evil Dead.
Yep.
Evil Dead is dead.
I just saw this. It's done. Yep.
And the Switch version is no longer coming out.
We didn't even know they were making a Switch version. They canceled it.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
They canceled it before we knew about it.
Probably ran like crap anyway.
It would have.
I mean, I played it a little bit. I didn't really get into the Evil Dead game like I thought.
The game was good. Here's the problem. And this is, if you've been watching the streams that we've been doing for the last year.
Yeah.
I just bought this game on Steam. I didn't even use it on Steam. So should I just get a refund or something? Or I don't even know what the hell I should do. Anyway.
And it was crossplay, so.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The problem with the Evil Dead game was it was perfect. It was a great game. It's beautiful. The graphics are great.
It does run in 60.
Yes, it's a very beautiful game. However, they kept changing the balancing, and they kept making the game harder. Then they would fix it, make it easier. Then people would say it's too easy. Then they would make it super harder again. Then they would come back and make it easy. Finally, they just left that shit on hard, and they said, fuck it, like, we're throwing our hands up. And they lost everybody. And the fact that it was on Epic Store for a year did not help them either.
Oh, God.
And at launch on Steam, I downloaded it, whatever. The whole day you couldn't play because it couldn't find the network. It kept giving like network errors the first night. Oh, so right then and there, like they made a great game. It runs beautifully. It's like awesome. They should have made a single player to go with it so people can enjoy this game, but they didn't, and they killed it. And Texas Chainsaw is on its way out too because they just shut off. We talked about it. They shut off crossplay for PC and console users. And they're saying, we're not going to let you know when we'll turn it back on.
They just said it's going to be temporary. It says it's going to be temporary. And so there was another update.
Yeah, and that was, what, 2 weeks ago? Where's the update?
Well, so there was a new update yesterday that dropped for Texas Chainsaw. Speaking of Texas Chainsaw.
Did it turn it back on?
No, not yet. But well, also to wrap up the Evil Dead thing real quick. Yeah, that does kind of suck because I never really got a chance to really play it like I would have liked to.
Right.
And I mean, the servers are still up; they're not like down, but not yet.
But that announcement's coming.
Yeah,
you know it is. Everyone gave up on the game. They gave it away for free on PlayStation Plus, and people still aren't getting on it. It's a shame because that's a great game. Evil Dead is a really good game.
And like you said, it runs beautifully too.
Texas Chainsaw is a great game too, and unfortunately, these things are on their way out. They just started.
They kind of just did another patch where they tried to fix a couple things, balancing stuff. You mentioned balancing for Evil Dead. Here, they kind of fixed Sissy's normal attack won't have a poison effect. They switched up where some of the fuse boxes are, the location, and the slaughterhouse got really revamped. They changed where like the valve handle spawns.
What's the point? No one's playing anymore. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. Like, and to be honest with you, you're right. It's harder to find.
The last time I played it, they fucking upped the difficulty all over again. Like it was harder again. It's like, stop messing with the balance.
Oh, I was talking about Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw? Okay.
Yeah. Now, for Evil Dead, I don't know what the last update was for Evil Dead. That's a good question. Like, when was the last update, and what did they fix? Did they balance stuff more? That's the thing. Like you said, I feel like a lot of these horror games always have a time. Like, they have this time where they have to really
The problem is there's too many fucking crazy people out there that want hard games.
Yeah.
And the majority of people do not want hard games. They just want to play a game and have fun, especially an online game. If you're playing a single-player game, that's a different story. But you're playing online. It shouldn't be a hard game.
No.
It should just be a game where you hang out with your buddies on a weekend, you're playing online with your friends, and you get through it. There's a lot of problems with Evil Dead, and they didn't address those problems in the proper fashion. and that's why the game's dead. And I told you, Fred, when it came out, you were like, "How's the game?" I said, "The game sucks." He was like, "Really? Well, I like Evil Dead." And I was like, "Yeah, well, you're not gonna like this one." And then they balanced it and fixed it, and I was like, "Okay, the game's good now." Fred bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many other times did they like revamp and rebalance it, and they made it harder? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I wanted a single player version of it too. Would be great. They kind of did have a single player version. They had like the VHS tapes, stuff like that. Like, did they have like that like kind of thing?
Yeah, you're right. That is on there, but that's hard too. You need a fucking guide. That Game Rant.
Oh man,
Game Rant made a guide that helps you like beat that. You need to follow that guide like to a T in order to beat the levels. You can't just play the game like without the guide.
I just barely made it through like the first one. It was like the first one. I'm like,
last Evil Dead patch was August 16th. Evil Dead has some good games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that it's getting treated this way, but we should have got some DLC.
Hail to the king.
Like, I hope Texas Chainsaw gets DLC if it makes it there.
All these games try to be like Fortnite, and when it's not, they abandon them. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly true. Same with Epic. They gave the games away for free last November. I think that was it. Yep. I'm telling you guys, a lot of these companies are making these bad moves, and we're paying for it. Literally, I'm buying this game, and the game's dead. Like, what is going on?
And Texas Chainsaw just came out a month ago, and they did this. They removed crossplay from PC players.
I haven't fucking played it because I was playing on PC, and while everyone else in the house is playing on Xbox. And it's like, well, what did I buy it on PC for? I already leveled up and everything on there. Now I gotta play again and re-level up. It was no cross progression.
Yeah, and the thing is that it was supposed to improve. The reason why they did it was so they could fix the cheatings that was going on apparently on PC.
How about you make a good fucking game where nobody can cheat? All right, how about that?
Yeah, like Perry said the other week when we talked about it, they do tech tests for this shit. Why didn't they?
We did a beta test. We did a tech test that weekend when they had it. Everything was good.
This last update they just put out yesterday doesn't say anything. I'm reading it here. It doesn't say anything. I mean, there's some balancing stuff they fixed.
Because they don't care. They got their money from everybody. That's what I hate about these stupid games.
They turn around and do shit like
this. They take your money now. Like, look at Jedi Survivor. They finally fixed it a couple of weeks ago, and guess what?
They had everyone's money.
The game's only $30, $40 now when I paid fucking $70 for it.
Yeah.
And I didn't touch it. I still didn't touch it yet, but they fixed it. But I'm out.
Yeah.
$30, $40. That's okay. That's what I'm saying. The $70 shit's bullshit. These fucking PlayStation guys, man. Tweeting at Sony, we'll pay $100 for Last of Us Remake. Yeah, fuck you. And you did. You did pay $100. Because they sent you the boxes that were squished. Because they put them in padded envelopes and they paid $100 for Last of Us Remake. But now we all got to pay the price for it. And look at Mortal Kombat, $110. Why? Or it comes with the season pass. Okay, that's not going to work for another like 3 months. The game will be fucking $30 by the time you can use the season pass. And the season pass will be on sale for $10, $20.
Yeah.
That's why I went to CD Keys, pay $75 for that shit. And I'm done.
Yep. That was a good steal.
That was a really good deal. But I'm just getting tired of paying full price for these games, and they're all fucking broken. Or they're missing stuff, or getting ridiculous.
It's like, make the game right the freaking first time.
Yeah, man. You have play testers and stuff like that. They don't have that anymore, I guess. But back in the day, they used to.
They should have play testers now. They should have people like
Nintendo used to lock 3 or 4 guys in the fucking room with a pen and paper, like a loose leaf pad or whatever, notepad or whatever. They would say, okay, here's Killer Instinct for Super Nintendo. You guys can play this shit all night long. You can order as many pizzas as you want. You're in the building all night. You gotta write down what's wrong with the game. If you encounter bugs, glitches, anything, write it all down. Because before we ship this game, we want it done. And that same team did Pilot Wings, Donkey Kong Country, Killer Instinct. That's when they had playtesters, and a lot of those games don't have any crazy bugs or glitches. They don't do that anymore. Now it's like, oh, the game's broken. We got to make the quarterly thing. Ship it out. We'll fix it later. Well, thanks. You got my money now. That should be illegal.
What the hell?
There should be a fucking lemon law against that stuff.
And I haven't bought it yet. I only played it on Game Pass, but it's like you said, you bought it on Steam, right? Like, for example, it's like you didn't think that this shit was going to happen.
No, it was crossplay. So I said, okay, I'll buy it on.
I want to get it
on Steam too.
Because if I get it physically, I get the poster, and I want the poster. But it's like I'm not going to do that now until the price drops.
Well, on Black Friday, it's probably going to be like $10 because nobody's going to be able to play it.
Oh, it's coming with a poster, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, you can buy the poster for $10 and throw the disc out.
Like something like that, like I'll do because, I like Texas Chainsaw. I got, all the movies that, I could at least, well, not all of them, sorry. But, the first movie I love so much and the second movie. So, yeah, that's like something I'd like to get physically. Like that's an example of like a franchise that I'll get something. But again, not full price. Like Perry said, same thing with the Friday 13th thing. Like I picked that up on Xbox because when I saw that they're like, that's it. Like once they're sold all their physical, like that's it. Mm-hmm. So I picked up that on Xbox, and that comes with a poster.
For $11 brand new. You're a lucky king. MK1 collectors. Yeah, there's like a $250 edition with a statue.
Jeez.
Bro, it's Liu Kang. Who the fuck wants a Liu Kang statue? Liu Kang's one of the worst characters in the game. Give me a Sub-Zero statue.
Not my favorite.
Scorpion statue.
You got the crap kicked out of him in the old movies too, I remember.
It's just a generic character. I understand the story's based on him, so you would get his statue. I get that. I'd take a fucking Raiden statue over Liu Kang.
Oh, Raiden. Or Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I'd take Raiden over Johnny Cage. Alright, so what else you got?
I'm trying to just check to see if there's anything else here.
Are we missing anything, chat?
I know that I'm pretty sure we hit a lot that I was trying to keep tabs on the whole week.
So I got my shout out to Stone Age Gamer. I got my PlayStation back.
Nice.
And it fucking works flawlessly. I turned this son of a bitch on 55,000 times. It goes right to the menu. So my X station is complete.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll try to show it. It's all plugged in. There you go.
That's awesome.
1 terabyte SD card with all the games on it.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
The wireless 8-bit though.
Like, did you play that PlayStation Best of Year 1 yet? Did you check it out?
Yeah, it's on here though. I put everything on here, and you can use a PlayStation 5 controller.
Fire that up on stream. That'd be cool to see it. Just check it out, just because it's so unique.
I'll fire it up right now. I can actually do that
right now.
I can I can actually put it in the box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out later though.
Well, I do have this though. So I guess with the leaks that came out the other day, Red Dead Redemption 2 is, finally supposed to get a current gen.
Who told you that was going to happen?
Update release. Yeah, you did.
All the people in the chat were like, they could patch it. They could patch it, but they're not going to because they know you're going to pay.
These are from the
so Red Dead 2 is going to get a PS5 and Series X.
2024, it says.
60 FPS enhancement.
So that is coming, which I'm happy. I probably will just wait to beat it then, because I haven't beat it yet.
Yeah, I need to play it.
It's an amazing game. I love the online too, but yeah,
I bought it on Steam and I bought it on Epic by accident.
I have it on Steam as well. Yeah,
I bought it on CD Keys and I thought it was for Steam. It was for Epic. I was like, I just fucking lost $20.
Damn.
So I bought it on Steam.
Good thing is it's always on sale.
It's a good game. The problem is it's just I'm sitting there for 10 minutes on a horse talking to the guy, and I'm like, turn the shit off. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, there's so much to do.
But the gameplay itself was great. Rockstar really dropped the ball with Red Dead Online. Yeah, they don't care. I see someone playing RE4 DLC. It looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's great. Capcom is apparently. I mean, I was looking at
the
Discord.
chat room really wants us to stop this podcast so you could just stream on their channel right now. The man has to go to sleep.
I mean, I wasn't going to stream anyway because there's a million other channels streaming right now, and it's also late. So if I started now, even if I started at midnight, I would not get the turnout that I probably would have liked. So I'll do it tomorrow where there's 1,000 more people streaming, even more, and it'll be even harder because you can't win on YouTube. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. I'm excited to check it out. I'm going to review it. I'm going to probably play it more than a couple times on stream. And that's all this week will be pretty much tomorrow onward. So stay tuned for that.
Nice.
And Perry will stream it as well at some point.
We're having the fall festival this weekend. Fred's going to help me out.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have 2 TVs set up. One's going to have the Series S, and one's going to have a Switch. I have 2 controllers on each station. And people can walk by and play games or whatever. Probably have some games out in the front.
I'll be in a cheerleader outfit.
No, don't do that.
No.
You're going to be next to my wife, so people are going to think you're nuts.
Well, I'm in Cornwall. I might just fit in.
The thing is, too, it's like, I think there's...
I don't know,
I was going to say,
a lot of crazy people in that town.
Oh, yeah, I know.
A lot of crazy people. Wrong.
Fall time is here, though.
Not wrong.
It's officially fall. It's the 21st, so it's now officially fall.
People come into the shop like, who are you? Why are you here? Who would buy this stuff? It's like, can you leave me alone?
Come on. Please stop.
And they wonder why I'm appointment only now. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake continues. The road to WrestleMania Code Veronica. WrestleMania Code Veronica. Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Whatever you want to call it.
WrestleMania Code Veronica.
You might as well at this point.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
Yeah, we have... well, I didn't get the Exorcist Steelbook, but I have the Ultimate Collector's Edition coming in at the end of October. Our Ghostbusters Steelbook comes out on the 26th. Halloween H2O Steelbook comes out on the 26th.
I got Carlito's Way pre-ordered Steelbook 4K.
Oh, Carlito's Way. God.
I never saw Carlito's Way.
It's so good.
Ghostbusters Steelbook, which is $40. And what's the other Steelbook you said?
Halloween.
And that one. That's the only
H2O.
cheap one. That's $23 now.
Yep. Where did you get the Carlito's Way? You got it from Best Buy?
It's on Amazon. You want it? I'll send it to you. I don't fucking want it.
Was it $40?
It's $40.
Holy shit.
It might be $50. I was like, wow, it's a lot of money for a movie I never saw. It better be good.
It is really good. It's one of Pacino's best, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, every movie he makes is his best. I hear, Scarface. No, Leprechaun. No, Carlito's Way.
I love Scarface, too, but, I mean, I don't know. Carlito's Way is really good, man.
I remember in 2006, they had, like, the remake, the sequel, the bootleg sequel of Carlito's Way 2. And the guy in the commercial was like, I am Carlito. And I was like, this is stupid.
Oh, no.
There's a good...
Not like Pacino at all, this guy.
There's a good movie with him and Robin Williams. It's called Insomnia.
Yes, I know. And you know who's in that?
I haven't seen that.
Ken Kersinger and the girl from Ginger Snaps. They were both in Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, yeah.
They're both in that movie.
That.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. Very, very good movie.
Yeah, the Exorcist Steelbook is sold out, but I heard the transfer is pretty good. But
don't worry, they'll reprint the Steelbook. Like the
I'm going to be waiting for the... Well, it's weird, because so the 4K Steelbook is out now, where the other editions don't come out till later in October, which is like, that's what I'm waiting for. It sucks, because I want to watch it for Halloween, but I'll just bust out the Blu-ray.
Same here, King.
Halloween 3. It's coming out with a 4K Steelbook on Halloween.
That too. Yep.
What is going on?
So much stuff coming out.
It's got money.
There's also stuff. This might not matter that much, but there's like a new Goosebumps series coming out.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. You're right.
It's with Justin Long.
To be honest with you, I think the
that guy killed movies.
This has probably been one of the like lighter years for me picking up like physical media, just because a lot of the stuff is expensive. But this is like the one thing I will bite on is like the Exorcist for sure, and Halloween, and maybe the Ghostbusters Steelbook because it is expensive, but that did go out of print before. But it's also like
I might have to stop buying Xbox controllers. I just bought these purple ones that are coming in at some point.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. Now that they're making a new one next year, I might have to stop.
Yeah.
Too much money for these remotes. Every fucking month. They got more remotes than games coming out every year. It's kind of ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I got the gyro remotes and stuff, so
yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. I think they should have let Sony do their own thing. They shouldn't have ripped them off.
I agree.
People don't play Xbox for that shit. They play Xbox to have fun. They don't.
Yeah.
People turn that shit off on the PlayStation. You know what I mean? I don't, because it's like whatever, but a lot of people do. They turn that stuff off. So, I don't know. I think if you're playing PlayStation, you're getting a different experience. If you're playing Xbox, you're getting a different experience. If you're playing Switch, you're getting a different experience. They shouldn't just rip each other off like that. It's kind of annoying.
No, it is.
Have it your way. I'm a big fan of gangster movies, says the King. Dangerous Minds?
Yeah. My favorite gangster movie is Goodfellas.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's mine.
Every format ever made has Goodfellas on it.
Oh, yeah. It's on everything.
Is it on UMD? I think they skipped UMD. I think De Niro fucking skipped UMD.
It's actually a good movie.
It's on every freaking format except for UMD, I believe.
Wow. It's a good movie.
No PSP release. I haven't seen that movie in like almost 30 years.
Yeah, that or Bronx Tale. Between those two.
If you need a good laugh, check out how MK runs on the show. Yeah, I streamed it back. I streamed it a few times on the Switch. It's horrible.
It is absolutely god-awful.
IGN gave it a 3, and it's like, wow, they actually gave it a review where they didn't fucking lie. I like Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
Is that really a gangster movie? I mean, I know it's got...
It's kind of, sort of, not really.
Yeah,
I know. I know the movie. I have it on fucking Blu-ray.
It's about the kid, like, he kind of, like...
That's coming out on 4K, too, I believe.
Caught in the gang.
That guy killed somebody for real. You know that, right?
He's the guy that played... Yep. And the one that played the kid, he was in Kazam. the younger version of himself. He was in Kazam. The one with Shaquille O'Neal.
I got that movie on Blu-ray. I never watched it. I still never watched it. I fucking have it. I bought that movie X. Wario said it was only $7.
Oh yeah.
I ripped that today. That's at the shop now. And Double Trouble I brought to the shop.
Double Trouble.
Me and my girlfriend before I came to stream, we were watching a Sling Blade.
Oh yeah. I told people that was Forrest Gump too, and they believed me. That's a good fucking movie, man.
It is great. Billy Bob Thornton and Lucas Black.
You wouldn't even know that was Billy Bob.
Nope.
That looks like a totally different guy.
Oh yeah, he's great in it.
That was amazing. A fucking great movie.
And also, what the heck is his name? John Ritter too.
Did you see that movie, Anthony?
No.
At the end. Okay. I'm just going to tell you what it's about, all right? This guy's like Forrest Gump. And he killed his fucking... I think he killed his mom, right? And
his mom and his... and this guy that like used to bully him in school, but then he was like doing his mom or something like that.
He killed his mom and the guy. So he's in like prison till he's like 30 years old.
Like insane asylum, mental
Then he meets a kid, and the kid is like his friend. And I'm going to tell you something funny about that, Fred. The kid and Billy Bob. I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So the kid's mother is dating the guy who's beating her up. He's a drunk guy. Okay?
White Yoakum.
And it gets to the point where this guy, Billy Bob, is like, I'm going to have to kill this guy.
Oh, shit.
Because he's just abusing the family, and nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So he knows the family goes away, but the guy stays. And it's not even the guy's house, because the guy just lives off the friggin' girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits down. The guy's drunk. and he keeps fucking with the guy. He keeps fucking with Billy Bob, calling him all names and everything. And he's like, "What do you plan to do about it?" He's like, "I plan to take that blade over there and kill you and decapitate your head and everything." And he just telling him what he's gonna do. And the guy's just like, he's drunk and he's like, "Oh." Right? Billy Bob just gets up. And then he lifts up the blade. And then you just hear, "Carl!" And the camera just stays on Billy Bob. You don't see anything. And then Billy Bob walks to the telephone, calls the police, goes, "Man, just killed a man. I'll be here waiting."
What? Oh man.
It's just it's great.
I'll tell you something though, Fred. Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton and that kid grew up. They're in Friday Night Lights together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like Dutch. I knew that movie Dutch. They did Dragnet together. Ed O'Neill and the kid from Dutch.
Yeah.
That was his partner in Dragnet. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, he's also, I think he's on NCIS or something like that, like the kid now. I think he's on that. He was in the movie For You Too with
he was in Tokyo Drift.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I do. He's been in a lot of stuff.
He's in the new ones. I didn't see the new Fast and Furious.
He's in 42 too, the movie about Jackie Robinson.
Billy Bob is great because he's from Arkansas. Sling Blade was such a great movie. I loved it. I rented that movie and then I bought the tape and I bought the DVD and I got
amazing.
And I bought the 4K.
It's a really good. John Ritter's in it too.
See the Nun too? Yeah, I know John Ritter's in it. It doesn't look like John Ritter, but it.
No, I was like, wait, is that John? I had to look it up. I was like, it is John Ritter. Holy crap!
See the Nun too? Nah, I'm good.
Nope.
Yeah.
Jesus got robbed on the Nun.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights. Yeah, that's right. RWK.
That's what I said. Friday Night Lights. They're in it together.
Mm-hmm.
You mean RWK?
I don't know why. Why I think he said Varsity Blues. I don't know why I thought you said Varsity Blues.
I don't know why. But the commercial's annoying. I don't want your laugh. Shut up. I've seen that trailer a million times. That's all he says. I don't want your laugh. Shut up, Dawson, you fuck. That's an ugly motherfucker. I don't know why all the chicks are all over that guy. He literally looks like an ass.
Yeah. Sling Blade was one of the movies that my girlfriend rented, from the library, because we rent the DVDs from the library.
What, you rented fucking movies from 30 years ago? Is that all the library has?
It's just old ass DVDs. Yeah, I rented freaking.
That was a good movie because movies today they suck.
I rented The Terror with Jack Nicholson when he was 20 or something like that.
That's cool.
And
then Boris Karloff. Karloff, yeah.
The library across from my school used to do that too, where you could rent music and stuff.
I rented the Terminator 1 DVD from my library back in the day. Wow. Apparently they rent out games and stuff too.
You can see Arnold Schlong in it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, for a split second when he's going up to see Bill Paxton Arnold, in the gang.
Yeah. No, I want to see the Wolf with Jack Nicholson again sometime soon. Says Cam.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. That was a good one too. Did they make a no? That's Willem Dafoe. I was gonna say did they make a Nosferatu but that was Willem Dafoe that they made the remake with.
I think so. Yeah.
They made that, and Klaus Kinski. I think they also made a remake with Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that one.
The Shining is a classic.
Yeah, I got the steelbook right over.
Oh yeah.
That yellow steelbook right there is The Shining, right in that line of.
Oh yeah. Well, I have
Scatman.
I have the non-steel book of this.
Split. Ooh.
I never watched.
That was a good movie. That was good.
I know it's part of the trilogy or whatever.
James McAvoy is such an underrated actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
He is really good.
You ever watch Tucker and Dale vs. Evil? What the hell is that?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's such a doofy freaking movie.
Tell me what it's about real quick.
It's two redneck guys versus a lot of evil. That's all you need to know.
Shadow of the Vampire has William Dafoe.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard.
The Klaus Kinski one is really good.
Mm-hmm.
A cheap horror comedy. I just watched Split the other week. It was good. Yeah, I gotta watch it.
It's a very good. Then you have to watch it. Then Glass, the one that's after it. It's like a mixture of.
Yeah, I know.
It's a mixture between
those. It's Unbreakable.
The one with Bruce Willis. Yeah, with Bruce Willis.
I saw Unbreakable, but now my wife didn't see Unbreakable, so I gotta watch all these fucking movies now. That's what happens when you get married. You can't just watch a movie.
Glass was okay. Like
you gotta watch a movie with her so you can talk about it later. But the fucking problem is, she wants to see the beginning, and I don't want to see the beginning because I saw this shit 20 years ago. But now I gotta watch it. Like when Prometheus came out. Listen, when Prometheus came out 10 years ago, I was like, I got the Alien Blu-ray set. And I was like, let's watch Alien. Because she never watched it. Well, if Prometheus is a prequel, let's just start with that. We'll see that in the theater. And then I'll watch these other ones when Prometheus is done making their movies. I'm like, come on. And Prometheus fucking blew a fart and we never watched anything, so.
Blew a fart.
It did. It became Alien Covenant, which has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They killed the whole movie for nothing.
I got the Leprechaun Returns too.
Oh yeah,
it's like the newer Leprechaun. It's not with Warwick Davis though. It's the newer Leprechaun.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that's Hornswoggle from WWF.
Yep,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
WWE
Are you serious?
WWE Films did that movie.
Yeah, Hornswoggle played him in there. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. All right.
And look where he's at now. He's got no job. My wife watched Scary Movie at least 2 nights a week. We watched The Sixth Sense tonight. That's not really scary. It's just a stupid movie.
Yeah, Shudder's like hit or miss on WK, to be honest.
I like it. I mean, I obviously watched Joe Bob on there, but
the King loves horror movies.
They're a pretty good selection, but it depends on what you're into.
Isn't Hornswoggle gonna be the new Toxic Avenger?
Yeah. I still like it. I like, like just turning it on cause like, oh, let me see if there's anything on Shudder that I want to watch. And I just watch like a cheesy horror movie.
Is he really the new Toxic Avenger? I didn't know that.
I know that they're redoing it, but yeah, I don't know what they're.
They got the game coming out next year. The game was pretty good. The demo's on Steam. It plays like the new Ninja Turtles game. That's probably the game I'll have up for Xbox.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, the new one.
I still gotta see the movie.
Yeah, I have it too. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I still gotta see it, yeah.
I'm gonna see what the rave is about. Everyone's like, this is better than the original. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up.
I gotta see a lot of movies that just came out.
I'm gonna check Deal of the Day, Bulls. It's time.
Sweet.
Yeah, pull on Patreon, right?
Samsung Galaxy, $150 to $200 off. Well, that's nothing special. Insignia top freezer refrigerator for $615. Black RAM, or what is this? WD, 4 terabyte SSD, $269. A Bella Pro Series air fryer, $50.
Why they should just call Best Buy Air Fryer Buy because that's all they fucking sell. Air fryers and chainsaws.
You can get a chest freezer for $150. You can get air fryers and chainsaws. Yeah, basically. You can get a bike for $2,869.
$2,000 bike?
Yeah, $2,869 to be exact. It's normally $4,100.
I need that bike.
There's an Amazon TV for $259. Fire TV. A frame that there's digital photo frames for $140.
What?
Insignia makes turntables now. $80. I wouldn't want to try that. And then a Sonance outdoor speaker for $1,200.
I want to thank our sponsors over on Patreon: JB Zombie 89, Abo, Hockey Fan, and Captain Catch. Thank you for being sponsors of the Game Complainers podcast over on Patreon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, rock on.
Now I want to pull up our members here. Go to earn. Why do they do this?
I know it's not easy. I wish it was.
Instead of clicking earn, you just click memberships.
Well, on the you might be able to actually customize it. I gotta probably send you some screenshots to do it, but you might be able to put the members on your channel as a list, because if you put, you can make members a section on your channel where it shows like a couple people that are your members, and when you click that, it like takes you to them immediately.
Hey man,
but that's not on there.
I'm hitting these home runs with guessing what everybody's doing, but I can't hit the lottery. So when I hit the lottery, you can come here and set everything up. So I could just sit down and press one button and you're good. Well, I'm good. I want to thank our channel members: Jin, Dreadpool, David R, RWK88, Thunders Productions, It's VB, Hockey Fan, Nick Noguera, and Liquor Sandwich.
Thanks, RWK. Love you, man.
Thank you for chats. The $1.99 super chat.
We got 3 super chats tonight. The Alchemist with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. RWK with 2 $1.99 super chats. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Really enjoyed RWK with a $1.99 super chat. Great show, guys. Really enjoyed y'all. And Fred, of course.
Yeah, it was definitely a stacked show with a bunch of crazy news. So,
and when Frank comes back, we'll make this a 4-man panel.
Yeah.
Apparently, Toxie is not the same in the remake. He's a midget monster now since he's played by Peter Dinklage. Okay.
Peter Dinklage.
Is that really going to help the movie? Is that going to bomb the movie?
The dude that took a bunch of jobs away. Yeah, that's good.
He quit Destiny.
Yeah.
Remember in Destiny in the beginning, he'd be like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, yeah. He's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, he kicked the shit out of Will Ferrell.
No.
I think anybody could beat up Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Evil Dead and You're Next also this week.
Those are some good picks.
Those movies, are they good movies or what?
Your Next is a great movie, and
is Goldberg in that?
No, actually, believe it or not, no. You'll like that. That's not on 4K, I don't think, but you'll like it. The Blu-ray is
watch it.
Enough. Yeah, it's really good.
How's the new Evil Dead movie?
I didn't watch it. I haven't.
Not very good, in my opinion. I think the show is way better than the last movie. Awesome. This one was just like rehashing the first film, but in an apartment with characters and actors that you don't really care about that much. You're not like connected to, you know.
Right.
I didn't really care for it. Mm-hmm. I brought Callie to see it, and she kind of liked it, but like, you know, to each their own, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, she's seen the first film. I still have to show her like Evil Dead 2 and stuff like that.
Oh,
which is, like,
man.
my favorite.
Evil Dead 2 is my favorite too. Yeah.
She likes the show, so that's the one thing. Is like,
the show is awesome.
Yeah, she did. She even said that she's like, yeah, I kind of did miss the characters. And I'm like, well, the show ended on a cliffhanger because they didn't realize they were getting canceled by Stars, and they basically they kind of knew they were getting canceled, but they kind of ended it where it was just
bring
kind
the
of like,
show back. Just do the blow off in a movie, and that's it.
Yeah,
make one big fucking movie with those characters from the show and just end it.
And Dana De Lorenzo that plays Kelly, she's like awesome. So she's like awesome with the fans. It's like she would be down to like come back and play it again. You know,
I think that will all come back over there. Pablo and all them.
Yep. But yeah, it's not that good.
Damn.
I might check out the even though I know it's not going to be anything like the first film, but the new Exorcist film.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple free movie credits, so I'll probably go and see that and check it out just to review it on the channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably check out the new Salem's Lot when it comes out too. Or the remake, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the new Pet Cemetery they're putting straight to streaming, and that looked like shit.
Yeah.
Another one,
but it's straight to streaming, Perry. So
did they change the story again or what?
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah.
Again for a third time?
God.
Yep. And now it's coming right what is it? Paramount Plus.
Oh,
okay, so my wife fucking watches the new one, right? without me, which it's not okay for me to do that, but she's allowed to do it. And then she somehow watched the original, and I have them on 4K, so we could watch them together.
Yeah.
She watched the original. And was like, wow, I didn't know the movie like changed like that part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know that until you told me. Thanks. And now I'm gonna tell her again. There's a new one. She's probably gonna watch that without me too. So
I have the Pet Sematary OG Steelbook 4K, and I have the remake, the red Steelbook with the black cat on it, or not the black cat. Well, it's the Mancoon.
You know what?
Cat,
I might not have the Steelbook. I might have the one with the slipcase, the original one.
Yeah, it's like blue. It's got like the cemetery on it and stuff like that.
I got like a red and black one with a slipcase. Is that the remake?
That might be the remake. Yeah.
Whatever. I got them both. I don't know what the hell they are. They're downstairs somewhere. I want to line up my 4Ks so that I could just fucking watch them.
Like pull it out.
Because I'm not ripping my 4Ks. I'm just ripping the Blu-rays.
So this was the remake Steelbook.
Okay, I don't have that Steelbook.
And then this was the original.
Well, that's a Steelbook, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any of the Steelbooks.
There's a slip. It's cool.
I like the cat in the first one though. That's a British short hair cat.
Yeah, so really cool. I mean, it was a good remake. It wasn't like the best thing I ever saw. I really love this Steelbook artwork. That's really why I got it. I was like, this fucking killer.
I almost fell asleep during the remakes of Stevie Mac.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'll probably be getting some more physical releases in the fall. But other than that, I've been kind of lying low on some of the expensive releases and just kind of waiting for the deals during Black Friday and stuff.
So an update for the video I made about the 2 eBay purchases. I was refunded for both. I sent them back. And I have a brand new copy for the original Xbox, sealed, of Midway Arcade Treasures 2 right there.
Nice.
So I'll probably do an unboxing of that because who the hell thought I would get a brand new Xbox game?
That's cool as shit.
And that's going to be like the testing disc because when people trade in consoles or whatever.
Yeah, you need something there.
Because I put Halo 2 in and you can't skip the cutscenes. Like 20
and you hear the guitar. Meow, 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 meow. It's like, oh my God. I've heard this like for
I just want to
years.
test the console, make sure everything works. Yeah. You know what I mean? At least with Midway, I put it in. I could jump into Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yep. That's a good point.
That's why I bought that one. And it's like a problem to get this game.
That's so stupid.
So, Fred, you got anything else? Any questions in the chat? We'll give you guys like 5 minutes and we all got to go.
Yeah. So, I might start streaming soon. I'm going to have to talk to you, Perry, about how to set all that up and everything. So, I might start doing that soon.
I'll just give you this stream key. You can screw up and destroy the channel if you want.
Yeah. Stream all my porn.
Your fucking channel should be called Fred Fucks.
Oh,
Fred Fox.
Oh, Fred Fox.
The Angry Video Game Nerd's going to sue me if I do that.
Oh, he won't. He won't sue you.
Yeah.
Fred Fox.
Look how shiny my fucking head is. He's going to sue me.
Hey, at least you got the memo and he fucking didn't.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he has on top of
Dude,
his head.
come on, Anthony, man. He looks like fucking Three Stooges. I thought he was ripping on the Three Stooges video. His fucking hairline's up to here, and he's walking around like that. There's a time and a place, bro, where you gotta admit it's gotta come off.
Yep. That's right.
Anthony,
I had like
if your fucking hairline gets up to Cane's over here, then I think it's time to shave your head, buddy.
I had like a patch here, a patch here, a patch here, a patch here. It looked like a shotgun like shot my head and like obliterated all my hair follicles.
Yeah, but you have a reason for that.
So I just shaved it. I was like, screw it.
I'm actually gone bald in spots and patterns. So I have to shave my head or else it looks like someone poured acid on my head. It does. When my hair grows back, it grows back in patches and it looks like the back of my head looks like somebody poured acid on my head.
Damn.
That's why every fucking 3 days I gotta shave my head. And it's annoying.
Yeah. It just sucks. I just don't have eyebrows or eyelashes, so I wake up every morning with like dust in my eye and like all crap in my eye. Just because like I have no hair here to like stop all that crap from getting in.
Do you want to tell people what you have, or are you gonna keep that a secret?
Yeah, I'll tell them what I have. So I have alopecia. That's what I have. It's pretty much where like my hair follicles just like hate my immune system. My immune system just kicks the crap out of them, and they just don't grow back.
When he told me that, I thought he was fucking with me because this guy, dude, he had so much hair. He was like Snuffleupagus, like the fucking.
Oh yeah, I used to do
guy.
like the Bieber flip and everything. Yeah. Sloppy, slendy cricket.
One day he walks in with no hair. I was like, "Who is this guy?" And he's like, "Hey, it's me." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
What happened?
You thought I was just some random guy from the bar.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've gotten all the names already. Got Mr. Clean, Harry Mandel, Disturbed guy, Steve Jobs apparently. I've gotten cancer patient too, so no.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Savages.
It's happened. Like literally, like I was at the bowling alley. It was one of my buddies at the bowling alley. He like went up to me while I was at the bar. He's like, "Hey, buddy, how's the chemo going?" No, I'm just kind of like, "Oh, you." He's such a.
Should have hit him over with a bowling ball.
Yeah.
I should have been like, it's actually going pretty bad. Just like
use him as a bowling ball and just.
I could really use a drink Fred, right now. Really help me.
This is where you fucked up, Fred. This is where you fucked up.
I fucked up.
You should have said after last night with your mother, it's going great, man.
Yeah.
Come on, Fred.
Sometimes that's the classic, simplest.
Like, that motherfucker walked right into that. Joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes the simple your mom jokes or your mother jokes.
It sucks
perfectly lined up
about this alopecia. Like all this is gone. All this is gone.
Don't tell us where else it's gone.
No. It's not gone there. It's like really.
Don't tell us.
You could have.
All right, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say really because down in the area, they're still there. Nothing's fucking. I'm like, what the fuck, body? Come on, my immune system, step up your fucking game here a little bit.
Hey, man.
I don't know.
I mean, you could have used that guy as a bowling ball, so
That's true.
Can someone send Fred the friggin' lawnmower 5000 or whatever the fuck it's called?
Oh yeah, what is it? What the heck is that? It's the Manscaped. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can someone send Fred? Send him Manscaped and Blue Chew in one package.
I'm like, ooh, I can trim this and also hey. Listen, I gotta say, I tried the ball deodorant. It actually works amazingly. Just saying.
Nah, it's all right, man.
I mean,
I think we just kind of use soap like everybody else, but
that was the one time in ads that where they just kept they were able to just say, yeah, you can shave your nuts they're your balls. They would just say that in the ad. I'm just like, why? Before ads wouldn't say this, but now because it's specifically that themed, it's just why?
Oh man, Back from the Dead got you good, Fred.
What? That's disappointing.
I can't read that, man. You can read that.
You see if they can transplant your pubes. Wow. Damn. All right, that's a good one. I'll admit. I have some right here. They put the pubes up here. I super glue them up here.
No.
It's good having this little soul patch because if I eat something, I can save it for later, right here.
Yeah, they call that the flavor saver.
Yeah,
you're bringing back the late '90s with the soul patch, bro.
Hell yeah.
That was a thing in the late '90s.
Next time, just say I had hair. Oh, geez, that was a good one, Stevie Mac. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's awesome.
Come on, Fred. You got to come up with some jokes so that when people fuck with you, you can fuck with them back.
I know, the guy that was saying Steve Jobs and everything like that. Yeah, I was giving some blowjobs to your mom last night.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you say.
You
say, I don't know. Say I invented the eye whatever for your mom or whatever. You gotta say something like that. You gotta be creative.
I was eating your mom's apple last night. I don't.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
I was afraid I was gonna get beat up by these guys, though.
I was gonna say if you don't know them,
Yeah, I didn't know it.
But that's how you're in street cred. You fuck with them back with the same joke, and then they think it's cool. to come out to you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Start running. I mean, like, I might be tall. I might be, look like I'm tough, but I'm not.
But you're not.
No. I'm not.
Come on, Mr. Tattoo Man. You don't have you're not tough?
I have a single tattoo. I have one. I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna tattoo hair on my head.
No, don't do that. Don't be a Bam Bam Bigelow with the flames. He covered his friggin' bald head with the flames.
I'll tattoo a Christmas sweater on my body, so I can always have a Christmas. So I can always have a Christmas sweater.
Yeah, that was funny when Noof was doing the Arnie thing. I was dying.
He is the greatest Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator on the internet. That was
so funny. Oh, I was dying laughing.
I had to ask the Christmas sweater for the king.
He's like, I'll wear anything.
I was asking.
That was so funny, man. Oh my god.
I asked him how was it when he was in Hercules.
Yeah,
when he was being Hercules.
Oh my god.
You couldn't understand me.
And then when he's talking about Mortal Kombat, how they should have got him because he's the only one that.
I mean, for real.
But it's real, yeah. That's.
Oh. I was just gonna say to get a band. I'm sorry, Cannibal. Probably won't happen.
I gave Noof Nukem an open invitation to come on the show whenever the hell he wants. So.
Oh please! He
has a Discord, so whenever he's ready, if he wants to even do it.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
I said he's like Dreadpool. He just has an open invitation. He can pop in whenever the hell he wants.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But you guys should check out that show, the Gaming Fuse Podcast, every Monday night at around 9 p.m. Eastern. That's Noof Nukem's channel. I was on there this past Monday, 2 days ago. So check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
It's a great show at Noof and Mental. They were great. They were awesome.
It was great.
I think that might be it. I mean, it's pretty late. I know Anthony's going to download his game.
That's a good idea, Cannibal.
Yeah, I'll probably have to buy it before they actually send me a code. But if that's the case, like I said, I'll be live tomorrow, probably afternoon. I'll probably make the event. And I'm excited. I'm just kind of, to be honest, I'm a little disappointed that they've been so stingy with RE4 and like trying to hook up creators with stuff. I mean, the main game's one thing, but this is like DLC, and I'm in this
should
program.
This should be like an easy thing that they could just send to you early. Like it shouldn't be like that big of like a wait.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a good idea. Cannibal says Fred should be dressed up as Quan Chi for the stream.
I could work.
I could do it.
That'd be a good Halloween costume.
Yeah, that's
get an Appaloosa come over. You want to check Twitter one more time, Anthony? Make sure nothing broke. Because you've been breaking all the fucking news lately. You broke the CM Punk stuff. You broke the Xbox stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me check. I'll double check.
See what's going on. See if there's anybody angry about anything.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing either Jason Voorhees or Agent 47 for this year.
Agent 47's kind of played out.
Yeah.
He was good, like, in 05. It's almost 2025. Uncle Fester? Now that's me. I'm good.
My girlfriend wanted to do like a not like a couples thing, but like a little thing. She wanted to be Wednesday, and I was gonna be Uncle Fester.
Nothing.
That's not really a couples thing, but there you go.
No, it's not. But but she was like, "It's close." I'm like, "Sure." I told her I could be Jason Voorhees. She could be a camp counselor.
Fred should do Chunk.
You mean from the Goonies?
From the Goonies? He means Sloth.
Oh, Sloth. Yeah.
Baby Ruth.
Ruth, baby Ruth. Ruth, baby Ruth.
You know what you should do? You should have Noof on as Arnold and you as Sloth fighting.
I'm gonna get to Arnold.
Oh, no.
I'm going to eat a candy bar.
I'm gonna eat the baby Ruth.
Look what Dreadpool started now. He started the battle of a century here. Arnold versus Sloth.
Oh man. Sloth, love, chunk. I gotta get the Superman shirt too. You
mean the Shaq shirt?
Oh, the Shaq.
Shaq just took the Superman shirt and just like said, "I own this now." And that's his logo for everything. It's a Superman logo.
Jeez.
I didn't know you could just steal a logo like that, but that's what he did.
Captain Chunk. About to say, what am I gonna do? If I'm Chunk, what am I gonna do? Come on here and do the truffle shuffle? Like, wait, what the? Do it.
See if there's anything else.
Yeah, I was just checking, but I didn't see anything.
Any Xbox guys getting exposed again?
No. Not yet.
Oh, rest in potatoes to that guy's job that leaked all this crap out.
Yeah.
That guy is done.
Dunsky.
He is Dunsky. He works for Sony now.
Yeah.
Or Nintendo. Whatever.
Yeah, either one.
Let me see real quick. Oh, get out. Get out. Get out of the house. Oh, Adam Cole got hurt. Moxley got hurt. Everyone got hurt tonight. It's a shame for AEW, right?
Yep. Were they fearing for their life?
Well, the building was fucking empty again, so there you go.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's okay.
Now I got Goonies in my head.
You should tell your girlfriend it's a horror movie and watch it. She'll believe you.
She actually, before she dated me, she's never watched the Goonies.
Tell her it's one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And she'll believe you because Sloth is chained up screaming.
That is scary already.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of scary, the Monster Squad is coming out on 4K in November.
Yes, it is. That's awesome.
I can't wait. I just bought that on Blu-ray a few years ago, and I gotta buy this shit on 4K.
I think I only have the DVD, so I'll upgrade for sure.
Yeah, AEW's falling apart. Oh well, that's what you get when you get rid of your top guy. Right?
Bastards.
Hey!
MJF can't carry the whole thing.
Nah, MJF, are you kidding me? He's like a god. Meanwhile, this guy doesn't even wrestle good.
He's just personality.
He's a good character, but he's in horrible storylines. Like, what are you going to do with this guy? He's the world champion. He should be better than this.
Mm-hmm.
They don't treat him like that. That's okay. He'll go to WWE and they'll fucking treat him like a king. And they get Cody and MJF at WrestleMania. Captain Chunk.
Captain Chunk.
Captain Ron, right? Captain Ron. That movie came out like 30-something years ago.
Captain Ron!
I saw that shit in the theater. Oh, did I see that in the theater? Or I saw What About Bob?
Oh, yeah. I'm sailing, Mom.
Captain Ron's kind of a rip-off of that film. Or that's a rip-off of Captain Ron. They're both kind of similar.
Oh. I love both of them. I like What About Bob. I'm sailing.
I saw that in theaters. What About Bob? Captain Ron, I don't know if I just saw it on video or if I watched it in the theater. I can't remember.
That was a good one.
Yo, really quick, Anthony. We need Masters of the Universe in 4K. And then I could literally pass away and be okay.
Oh, yeah. Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph
Lundgren in 4K.
That is the greatest fucking movie of all time.
I love that movie. I loved it, too.
As a kid, I wish I was like, what am I watching? This is different than He-Man. But as an adult, that movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I wasn't born when it came out. I watched it like last year. But it was still good. I loved it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a great fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm surprised it isn't out,
I'm surprised either, but hopefully it will come out on 4K. So, all right. We're going to head out. These guys got to go.
Sounds good. Good show, guys.
No problem.
Wildor lives.
All right. Good show, guys.
I don't know how they're going to explain that if they make another one. All right. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Good night.
What? They left me. Come on. All right, I'm going to go too. Everyone, take care. Stay safe. I don't know if I'll come back and stream in a little while or tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. Usually I'm trying to go to bed early now. I changed my whole lifestyle with eating and everything, so I've been trying to go to bed early, so that's what I'm trying to do. So maybe I'll catch you guys tomorrow. But until then, take care, stay safe, have a good one, and peace.